The man you're about to meet is an individual who is one of the great innovators and visionaries of our time. Last year, when the world was being pulled down, Pete Vargas, founder of Advance Your Reach, helped bring together over 150,000 of us to rise up and get back on our feet. He raised almost $1 million for charity. Pete's proven system is the ultimate framework for capitalizing on speaking from stages and platforms to grow your business. And it has been sought out from the best influencers in the world, like Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, among many others. Not only is Pete's system responsible for booking stages like the White House, Oprah, Traffic and Conversion, and the World Series of Sales, but he has also shared the stage with folks like Dave and John, Michael Phelps, Howie Mandel, and many other world-class speakers. Everybody, please welcome the founder of Advance Your Reach, Pete Vargas.
What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Come on, I can see my VIPs. Let's see them on the screen. Let's see them on the screen. Let's see the VIPs on the screen today. Look at that. We've got thousands of VIPs. Look at you, I see you. Can you dance a little bit? No, you're eating lunch. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Lachelle, I see you. Good to see you. Hey, turn your cameras on. I'm going to be bringing you up front and center. Some of you are going to be asking Floyd Mayweather a question today, Russ Ruffino a question today, Pat Quinn a question today. I see it. Good to welcome everybody to the Platform Tour. We are so excited to be here today for day 2 of the Platform Tour. Y'all can go back to the slides here. Listen, I want to get this thing kicked off, started right away. How many of you received a gift via email from me last night? How many of you received a gift on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube? If you're part of the Platform Tour, if you've registered for theplatformtour.com, you received a gift from me. And I want you to make sure and take advantage of that gift because other people paid $1,000 for that. They paid $1,000 for that. So make sure you check your email and it could be in your spam, it could be a few places, but I'm going to do a quick 10-minute recap before we step right into the content today. Quick recap, because we've got a powerhouse. We've got some surprises for you today. We're so excited today. And so listen, I want to remind you, we're starting at 2 p.m. every day. All live streams and engagement will happen in the platform community. If right now we've got people in a platform English-speaking group, Spanish-speaking group, we've got Zoom rooms with our VIPs in English-speaking, Zoom rooms with our Spanish-speaking. We've got dozens of our speakers streaming it into YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook groups. But if you want to be able to get the recaps, the homework, the prizes, the overview every single day, you want to be in this Facebook group, Platform Community. This is the central place. And Spanish speaking, you want to get live stream notifications, make sure you're following the Advance Your Reach page. I'm going to go fast, but last year we did Rise Up World. We did Rise Up World. And yesterday I gifted you the recordings and the backstage pass recordings of all of these speakers from last year. I gifted that to you because of the technical difficulties that we had. My VIPs, I gave you more gifts just to say I'm sorry. But we're back on track today. We had a phenomenal day yesterday. This was last year, and I'm proud to say that we raised $750,000 last year for amazing organizations and amazing charities. But this year, in the comments, how much are we going to raise this year for charity? I want to see the comments. I want to see you guys saying $1 million. Okay, $1 million or more. I like that, Lachelle. How much? $1 million. 1.5 says Mario. Somebody else says at least $1 million. We're going to raise so much money for some amazing charities, but not before this speaker lineup right here helps you understand how to build your platform. This is the lineup this year. The lineup last year was great. The lineup this year, we've stepped it up to a whole another notch. Like we really have. And I want you to know that yesterday I told you every single day that each of these speakers were speaking. So you can go back to yesterday. The recording might have been taken down already, but we talked about it yesterday. Every one of these speakers, who was going to be speaking. And this is what I want you to know, as I've already said. We've got tens of thousands of people registered that are watching on Facebook. We've got tens of thousands of Spanish-speaking people registered that are watching on another Facebook group. We've got thousands of VIPs in our Spanish room and then in our English-speaking room in Zoom. We're streaming this to all of our platforms, all of them, including our Rise Up World group. It's bilingual for the first time ever. And here's what I want you to know. 30-plus speakers are streaming this into their Instagram accounts, their Facebook pages, their Facebook groups, their YouTube channels. The reach of this year is exponentially greater than the reach of last year, which is a big reason why we had some of the difficulties that we did yesterday, but not today. Today we're on track, we're rocking and rolling, and we're about to rock this world. We are giving 100% of the profits back to these 6 amazing charities, and those charities will only increase. Helping young people, providing things to young people, helping with sex trafficking in America, taking care of homeless, and providing them with resources to make them feel whole, to make them feel complete, providing for youth and the youth that are facing mental crisis right now in our world, providing for single-family homes that don't have fathers, providing an educational platform for small business owners, for minority business owners that has reached over 1 million people because of us giving $250,000 last year. These are the organizations that we're raising money for. And so I'm going to say this quickly because we got our first speaker coming up. What is a platform? I stated this yesterday, and I will go fast today. It is a raised or elevated surface on which people or things can take a stand. A place where your message, your impact, and your income is amplified for a purpose greater than yourself. I was so inspired by yesterday's homework assignment, where you told me what you're willing to take a stand for. Emmett Smith told us yesterday what he's taking a stand for. Jesse Itzler told us yesterday what he's taking a stand for. But what's important is for us to help you take a stand. You see, the reason why I want you to build your platform, because when you build your platform, people are listening to you and watching you, and you control the microphone. And when you control the microphone, you can change our world. But not until you understand how to build the platform. Not until you understand how to build your platform, your business. And I want you to know that we've had a tremendous impact on people's platforms. We've helped our clients in the last 3 years create $500 million in revenues. $500 million in revenues. Impacting close to 100 million people. But over the last 20 years, we've helped our clients create $1 billion in revenues and impact hundreds of millions of people's lives. 80% of these speakers that you see are actually clients of ours. 80% of them are clients of ours. Since COVID, we've helped a handful of our one-on-one clients generate $250 million. Why? Because we want them to control the microphone. That's why. We want you to control the microphone. We want you, the thing that you're taking a stand for. Whether you're taking a stand for something in the financial realm, or health, or wellness, or business, or personal growth, or spiritual growth, or professional growth, or relationship growth. Whatever it is that you're doing to serve your audience, we want to grow your platform. And the big, bad lie that you've been told is that you just need one pillar to grow your platform. But you saw this yesterday. You've been told this lie that you're only one thing away from building the biggest business or the biggest platform. The bright, shiny object syndrome. The one thing that's going to be the solution to everything. It's not true. It's not accurate. When you have a platform that is built on one pillar, it will come crumbling down. And so, what are the 40 speakers going to be addressing this week? You've only missed a couple. If today is your first day, write this in the chat for everybody. Every day is a standalone day. Write that in the chat. Every day is a standalone day. Each day does not build upon the next. What do you mean, Pete? What do I mean is that every day we're going to have people speaking in to each of these 6 pillars that is foundational to you building your platform. So if you miss tomorrow, don't worry about it, because today we got speakers speaking to all 6 of these with strategies. Tomorrow we got more speakers speaking into 6 of these with different strategies. Each day does not build upon the next. Each day is a standalone day that stands on its own. Why do I say that? Because if today is your first day, you're in the right place. But I also say that because a lot of you online right now need to tag some folks that need to be a part of this. If you haven't invited 5 folks, you're being selfish with the wisdom that you are going to get this week. I believe that. Be generous and give and watch what happens in return with the reciprocity. So what does it take to build a platform? It takes clarity, it takes communication, it takes products, it takes stages, meaning eyeballs on you, it takes revenue, and it takes scaling with other people. These are the pillars. And the most important, the foundation is you. Is you. And so what I am here to advocate for over the course of today all the way through Monday, Tuesday through Sunday of this week, we've got about 30 to 35 speakers that are speaking to all 6 of these buckets. And on Monday, we've got the most epic, powerful lineup as a bonus day for you on October 18th that is speaking to you, your health, your mindset, your productivity, your brain, your relationships, your emotions. Those are the things that can get in the way. And if we take you out of the equation, the platform that you're trying to build to impact other people is non-existent. If you feel like I've been stuck or I'm hitting a brick wall or whatever, a lot of the times the instances we are getting in our own way. And after this week, you won't get in your own way because you're going to have the 6 pillars and you're going to understand how to get you to overcome you. Yeah, you to overcome you. So all of these speakers that would cost millions of dollars, have donated resources, and the majority of them donated their time to come teach you, and not one of them will make any type of offer this week. Not one of them. None of them. Actually, it's the counter to that. I will find out who has charities up there, and I'll be donating to a lot of their charities that aren't currently on our 6 charities. But why would they do that? They're doing it because, number 1, they can help you win, and number 2, they know that they're helping these 6 nonprofits win. That's why they will do it. So today, you're in for a treat. Today is day 2. Today, in the first hour, we're going to talk about the fastest path. Write this down. Fastest path to starting, growing, or scaling your platform. In the next 50 minutes, you will literally know the fastest path to starting, growing, or scaling your platform. My question for you today is, what bucket are you in? Everybody on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere, like if you're not part of any of our 4 or 5 platform groups, like if you have not registered at theplatformtour.com, go register so you can get brought into our private Facebook groups, the Spanish-speaking or the English-speaking ones. Make sure you go do that because there's lots of places this is being streamed. But for all of you that have registered and all of you on social channels everywhere, my question is, are you just starting your platform, i.e. your business? Are you trying to figure out how to grow it? Maybe you feel stuck. Or are you trying to figure out how to take it to the next level and scale it? Which of the three buckets do you fall into? Because in the next 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes, you will know the fastest path to starting, growing, or scaling your platform. Count on that. And then we'll be at the halftime mark. And right after halftime, you're going to hear from three phenomenal people, Russ Ruffino, Dan Fleischman, and Floyd Mayweather. Sage Levine, she has moved to tomorrow because we had to pivot a little bit because of our technical difficulties, and she's so excited to be tomorrow because she's with Sarah Blakely tomorrow, Jesse Itzler's wife. So this first half of the day is to give you the fast path, the fast path. The second half is to bring you three additional strategies. And so what I want to do is I want to bring up a gentleman who is going to talk about the clarity. When I bring up every speaker this week, this will be useful for you. I'm going to tell you before they speak the buckets that they're speaking in, the pillars that they're speaking into. So if you keep track of the 6 pillars, you can keep track of all of the strategies that these speakers are teaching you this week. So Pat Quinn is about to speak into the clarity pillar with the strategy and the communication pillar with the strategy. This guy is the best kept secret. He is the guy behind the biggest names, the biggest brands, helping them get clear, and more importantly, helping them design the greatest marketing tool. Pat, I didn't say the only marketing tool, the greatest marketing tool that they have in their business, which is their communication strategy. Will you welcome a gentleman who was supposed to be here yesterday, but is here today for the first 2 pieces that you need to know that are the fastest path to growing your platform? Would you welcome my good friend, Mr. Pat Quinn? Give it up for Pat. Give it up for Pat. Come on, in the comments, everywhere, everywhere. PQ, I'm going to turn it over to you, bro. Fastest path to growing their platforms.
Excited, Pete. I've been excited about today for a long time because I know that the first 2 parts that I'm going to talk to you about growing your platform are going to make a huge difference. We're going to cover the clarity pillar and we're going to cover the communication pillar. Let's start with clarity and then do communication. And if we haven't had a chance to meet before, I am Pat Quinn. A lot of people know me as a presentation coach, but I actually didn't get my start as a professional speaker or a business coach. I got my start as a professional magician and worked magic for 10 years professionally. Then I became a public school teacher and taught high school math for 12 years. And during that time, I picked up an advanced degree in how adults learn. And so I really bring 2 things to the table. The first is a little bit of stagecraft from my years of doing magic. And the second is a real understanding of how an audience hears you when you speak. Whether you're talking to one person in a conversation or 1,000 people on stage, whether you're with a friend at Starbucks or whether you're online on Facebook Live or doing a big webinar or on Zoom, how does the person who's listening to you actually hear what you have to say? I've been fortunate enough over the last 10 years to work with some of the greatest speakers in the world. I've helped Damon John and Dean Graziosi, Michael Hyatt and Grant Cardone, but most of the people that I work with on clarity and communication are not professional speakers. Most of the people that I work with wouldn't even call themselves speakers. Most of the people that I work with are people who just have a cause that they care about, people who have a message inside of them that they want to get out to the world, people who have an idea that may or may not be a business or may not be a nonprofit, but they care about it deeply. Whether you're starting a business or a nonprofit, whether you have one and you want to grow it, or whether you have already grown it and you just want to take it off and have it shoot to the moon, having clarity and communication are the 2 things you can do first to grow quickly and grow for the long run. So let's talk about clarity. There's a lot of things you need clarity on, but I want to focus on one today because clarity on this one issue will make all of the difference in the world. I want you to get clarity on this one question. What is the problem that you solve for other people? What is the actual problem that you solve for other people? And when I ask most people that question, they don't actually give me a problem. They give me their solution. But here's what I want you to know. Nobody woke up looking for a system today. Nobody woke up looking for a program today. Nobody woke up hoping that you would come into their lives with a 7-step plan. People woke up today with problems, and they need a solution to that problem. But you have to know how to state the problem. And here's the hardest part. I want you to state the problem in the language of your audience. I want you to state the problem in the language of someone who doesn't think about it every single day. Because here's what I know. Many of the people watching this, many of you are experts. You think about one topic all day, every day. You have a cause or a business or an area of expertise, a superpower, and you think about it all day, every day. You watch videos about it, you read articles about it, you write articles about it, you speak about it, or maybe you don't yet, but you think about it all the time. And when that happens, your words start to change. The language that you use starts to change. One of the hardest things for any expert to do is to remember what words they used to use to describe the problem before they had a solution to the problem. But if you can get these words right, and you'll know you have it right because the person that you're talking to will immediately begin nodding their heads and leaning in. That's how you know you have the words of the problem right, because when we hear someone else saying words that were just in our heads, and we're like, wow, I was just thinking that. We can't stop ourselves. We nod our heads and we lean in. When you see somebody doing that, and by the way, it works on Zoom, it works in the room with people, it works whether you're in front of one person or 1,000 people. When you get the words of the problem right, it makes all the difference in the world, and there is an instant connection. Robert Cialdini calls this pacing before leading. Before you can lead someone to your solution, before you can lead someone to what you want them to know and learn, you have to pace with them. What's pacing? Pacing is walking alongside someone, throwing your arm around them and saying, I get it. This kind of sucks. I understand your problem. I feel your pain. I've walked in your shoes. So let's get clarity. What is the problem that you solve? And wherever you're watching this today, why don't you type into the chat, type into the comments, what is the problem that you solve for other people? See if you can state it as a problem. And most importantly, see if you can state it in the language of the audience, not in your own expert language. Because what I know is when you have clarity on the problem, great communication is much easier. When you don't have clarity on the problem that you're solving, clear and concise communication is much more difficult. Which brings us to the second pillar that I want to talk to you about today. And the second pillar is one that every single person who's going to be on this tour, every single guest of Pete Vargas over the next 7 days, they have this in common. They are great communicators. They communicate concisely and effectively about what they do and how they do it. And here's a little secret I want you to know. Oh, did you see what I did there? I Scooby-Dooed you. See, if you have something really important to say, you should not yell it. Because when you yell it, the audience jumps back. And when they jump back, they disengage from your presentation. When you have something really important to say, you shouldn't pound the podium. You shouldn't point at other people. When you have something really important to say, just Scooby-Doo them. Look left, 6 inches, and the audience will physically lean in with you. Let me tell you a little secret about the 40 guests that Pete's bringing on the tour. Not all of them were born as natural great communicators. Here's what you need to know. If you're like me, an introvert who would rather spend time alone at home than time out socializing with other people, or if you just are someone who doesn't communicate effectively, you get really nervous, or you get like you're good until the camera turns on, or you're good until you have to stand up and speak, and then you freeze and you forget what you were going to say, you have a lot in common with a lot of the guests on this tour. See, it's not about natural born talent. It's about knowing how to communicate effectively. And so the second thing that I want to share with you today, the first one was clarity. The second one is called the Story Braid framework. And the Story Braid framework is a 4-step model of communication 4 things you should do every time you communicate that will make you an effective communicator. This is the story framework that will create your signature talk. What's a signature talk? A signature talk is how you explain to other people what you do and how you do it. Every time you stand up to speak, or every time you have the opportunity to introduce yourself to somebody new, you don't have to make it up from scratch. You don't have to start over and say it differently. What great platform builders do is have a signature talk. One way to explain what they do and how they do it. One way that they use again and again. One way that's on their website, social media, on their newsletter, on their blog, in their videos, at their events, on Zoom, online, on stage, everywhere you go. What you do and how you do it the same way, the most effective way, using the 4-part story Braid framework. That is a signature talk. And when you implement it correctly, when you have a great signature talk, it is the most effective marketing tool that you have. It is one thing that will change every part of your communication, from how you answer the phone, to how you do phone calls, to how you are on Zoom, to how you are on webinars. It is the one way that you will communicate about what you do. You need to get this right. So I want to show you the 4-part story Braid framework. A lot of people, when they meet somebody new, when they're introduced to somebody at a cocktail party or a networking event, or when they have the opportunity to speak to a small group of people or a large group of people, they dive right into their solution. They start right away teaching their content. And you do not want to do that. You want to start instead with an opening heart story. The first part of the 4-part story Braid framework is an opening heart story. A story that has a purpose different from teaching and different from selling. The purpose of the opening heart story is to connect with your audience. You want to connect with the audience with a story. You want a story that's like them, not different from them. And I know some of you right now are sitting out there thinking, well, Pat, I don't have an amazing story. I heard some of these people speak. I heard Jesse speak yesterday, and he's got this story about his parents. And I heard Emmett speak yesterday, and he's got this story about playing professional football. I'm just like an ordinary person who lives in an ordinary house in an ordinary town and has an ordinary job. And I've got good news for you. Here's the good news. Ordinary stories are better than extraordinary stories. Look, I coached 2 different astronauts, people who've been in space. Coached 6 different Olympians, 3 of which have won medals. I coach a guy who's been to the top of Mount Everest, not base camp, but the top. And when he tells that story, how many other people in the audience can relate to getting to the top of Mount Everest or being in space? The answer is none. No one else has ever done it. But they tell a story about arguing with their spouse about whether the toilet paper should come out over the top of the roll or under the bottom of the roll. When they tell that story, how many people can relate to that story? Everybody in the room. We're judging stories wrong. What if we judge stories not based on how many people came up to us afterwards and said, wow, that was an amazing story? What if we judge based on how many people came up to us afterwards and said, huh, that same thing happened to me. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's actually your best story. If you have a 1 in a million story, you're going to help about 1 in a million people. But if you have a 1 in every household story, help an awful lot of people. You're going to have a huge impact. You can create a lot of revenue, and you will leave a lasting and positive impact on this generation and the next. But it all starts with you choosing the right opening story. You want a story that walks alongside your ideal audience. You want a story that connects to people. That's the purpose of the opening story. We always start with our heart. It should show why we do what we do, and it should show the problem that we solve. That's the perfect opening story. And when implemented correctly, it will create this emotional bond between you and your audience that will cause them to want to take the next step with you, that will cause them to want to go further with you. See, I only have one goal. My goal is not that you would make the audience laugh or cry. My goal is not that you would get a standing ovation or people would come up to you afterwards and say, "You're an amazing speaker." My goal is that the audience would want to take the next step with you, whatever that next step is. If that next step is to join your platform, to sign up for your newsletter, to follow you, to become a fan, to download something of yours, to join your mailing list, or if that next step is to donate money, buy something from you, sign up for a free call, a free appointment, a free assessment, it doesn't matter. You get to choose the next step, but the fastest route to building your platform is to have great communication that gets people to take the next step. And the right opening heart story will do that for you because it will create this connection. LaVonna Roth is somebody who came to one of my workshops, and she used to start her presentation by saying that she grew up very poor. We changed her opening story. When LaVonna was 16 years old, her family got evicted from their apartment, and a friend said, "You can come live with us." And when they got to the friend's house, the friend said, "Well, we don't actually have an extra room for your family to sleep in, but we do have an abandoned chicken coop attached to our garage. You're welcome to sleep in there." And as a 16-year-old girl, LaVonna walks us into the chicken coop for the very first time. And you can see what she sees, hear what she hears, you can smell what she smells. I gotta tell you, I've heard LaVonna tell this story a half dozen times in front of audiences, both on stage and online. And at that moment in her presentation, you hear a pin drop. At that moment in her presentation, her audience will go anywhere with her. Certainly they'll listen to the next 40 minutes of her presentation, but more importantly, they want to take the next step with her. They want to cheer for the causes she cheers for. They want to help her overcome obstacles. They want to have her work with them. Whatever it is you want the audience to do next, it starts with an emotional connection. And the emotional connection starts with your opening heart story. That is followed by the second of the 4 parts of your presentation, which is the content section, where you actually teach the audience something new and help them. If the purpose of the opening story is to connect, the purpose of the content section is to help. I want you to really help the person that you're talking to, whether it's one person or 1,000 people. I don't want you to just describe the problem. I don't want you just to tease a solution that you can get if you pay me or join or whatever. I want you to actually help them with no obligation whatsoever, whether we ever see each other again or not. Today, in the time that I have with you, I want to help you. Doing that, and that's giving away your best stuff. Let's just call it what it is. And people, they say, "Well, Pat, if I give away my best stuff, why would they want to join me? Why would they want to do business with me?" And my question is, if you don't help them in the time that you were with them, why would they come back? Why would they want to go further? Why would they want to pay you? I know this, when you have the opportunity with however long you have, if you have 3 minutes, help them in 3 minutes. If you have 30 minutes, help them 10 times more. Help them as much as you can in the time that you have. Give away your best stuff, and they will be loyal to you. They will join you. Do it with no obligation. Do it because you're leading with your heart, because you want to serve, because you know it will make a difference. That's why you give away your best stuff. That's why you lead with your heart. So the purpose of the opening story is to connect. The purpose of the content section is to help. The content section is the longest part of your presentation in a traditional 45-minute speech or presentation. But remember, I want this signature talk to work whether you have 3 minutes or 45 minutes, to work whether you're talking to one person or whether you're talking to 1,000 people. And so this is where the time flexes. The more time you have, the more you can help. Your opening story and your closing doesn't really change when your time is cut down to 5 or 10 minutes, but your content will be less. And if you have more time, if somebody gives you 2 hours or a full day, help them even more. This is the part that flexes, expands, and contracts based on how much time you have. So now you're thinking, what is the story I want to start with? What is the content that I could teach that could help people the most? Let me give you one more pro ninja tip that you can do in your content section. And that is to refer to yourself by your first name in conversation during the content section. I've done it a couple times already. I've said, but Pat, what if my story's not extraordinary? And I said, well, Pat, am I giving away my best stuff? I refer back to myself by my first name in conversation. Why do you do that? You do that because I know you want to change lives. And the first step in changing lives is getting people to continue the conversation after you've talked to them. Do you know the biggest barrier to continuing the conversation with you, whether that's online or in person, whether it's via email or via social media, the biggest barrier to continuing the conversation with you after the presentation is what would I call you? People can't rehearse the conversation, can't rehearse what they would email you if they don't know what they would call you. And you can push right through that barrier, your conversion rate, and increase your engagement with your ideal audience if you will refer to yourself by your first name a couple of times during the content section of your presentation. So make sure you do it during this part of your presentation. So we start with a story, and then we teach things that will actually help the audience. Now, next up is the tactical call to action. We want to give the audience one thing that they should do next. All great communication leads to one call to action. The two mistakes that people make: we teach great content, but we don't tell them what to do next. Or we teach great content, and then we give them 5 different things to do next. Neither one. The best communication helps people with great content and then gives them one thing to do next. Don't make the mistake of giving them options. I see this even on Facebook Lives. People at the end of their Facebook Lives will say, connect with me. You can email me. You can visit my website. You can sign up with my newsletter. You can message me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. Stop by my house. My mother will make you soup. No. The reason nobody's doing anything is because you're giving too many options. Instead, tell them the one thing that they should do next. You will get a much higher response rate, much more engagement. Why do I care about this? Because you will have a much deeper impact, have more revenue if you want revenue, have more donations if you're a nonprofit, and give them one next step. But don't stop there. A lot of people stop with their call to action. And if you're ending your presentations with your call to action, you're making a mistake, because you have to add an emotional close. See, there's 2 types of decision makers in every audience: tactical decision makers and emotional decision makers. And if you're ending your presentation with your tactical call to action, you are leaving 50% of your customers behind. You're leaving 50% of the money on the table. And most importantly, you're not having the impact that you could be having on this world. Instead, after your tactical call to action, finish with an emotional close that inspires people to take action. We sometimes call that a closing heart story. So when you put the 4 parts together, we're connecting. Head, because we're teaching. Hands, because we're asking them to do something. And heart. Heart, head, hands, heart. We open and close with heart. And I know this: when you put these 4 parts together, whether you have 3 minutes to communicate or 30 minutes to communicate, whether you are online or on stage, whether you are in front of 1,000 people, 10 people, or across the table at Starbucks from someone, this is the way to communicate that will cause people to take action, cause people to go further. This is the way to communicate that will build your platform. And like I said in the beginning, you don't have to be naturally born. Some of the people that I work with, they were born to speak. They came out talking, and they've been talking excellently ever since. But most of the people that I work with weren't born as natural born great speakers. They have just learned an effective way to communicate what they do and how they do it. So what are the first 2 steps to the fastest way to build your platform, Pete? The first 2 steps are to get clarity. Clarity on the problem you solve, and you should know who you solve it for. And have great communication using a 4-part story braid framework. So whether you have 5 minutes or 55 minutes, talking to a lot of people or just one person, you can effectively and concisely communicate what you do, how you do it, and what you want the audience to do next. Pete, we have helped a lot of people build their platforms, and these first two steps are so foundational. These two pillars are keys to growing your platform.
Hey, Pat, stay up there with me. Hey, guys, give some love. Antoine, give him some love. Man, yeah, he's like, oh, Pete saw me. Hey, listen, I'm seeing the comments in VIP. We've got our Spanish-speaking rooms, our English-speaking rooms. I'm seeing the comments back here, and they're like, wow. Like, could that, I mean, we could be done, right? Like, I'm not saying it's the only thing you need. I'm telling you it's the greatest thing you need. Clarity and a signature talk. And the doors begin to open in a way that you can't ever imagine. How many of you want my team to build out your talk and have Pat give you coaching on it? Can I give like 3 of those away today for the best homework assignment? Like whoever has the best homework assignment today in our group, and I will be giving some homework winners away at the end. And whoever has the best homework assignment today, I'm going to give 3 of you a $1,000 coaching session with one of our story coaches who will guide you, build out your talk in the 4 parts. They'll have you shoot a 3-minute video. Pat Quinn will watch it. He will coach you. And you will literally have the start to the greatest marketing tool that you have in your platform. Does that sound cool? Does that sound cool? Yeah, I've done it. My wife's done it. My son's done it. Damon John's done it. Michael Hyatt's done it. Dean and Tony have done it. Grant's been a part of working with Pat. And just recently, 3 weeks ago, Pedro Adeo said, man, I feel like I have to always say something different. And now that Pat helped me map out my talk, he was one of the highest rated sessions at an event with thousands of people. And more people have now come into his world because he connected with them through one talk. Those are the first 2 pillars. Those are the first 2 pillars. I want to talk about the second 2 pillars because we have 3 phenomenal speakers that are going to join us. And I want to talk about, remember, thank you, Pat. Give it up for Pat, guys. Give it up for Pat. Give it up for Pat. Let them see you. You want to, Jackie, give it up for Pat. Jackie, I don't care if you did my slides. Give it up for Pat. Jackie's the one that did Jackie's not clapping for you, PQ. It's all right. Well, you can get her in box. But hey, so let's keep rolling. Let's bring my slides up, guys. So Pat talked about, remember, we're talking about the fastest path. This is the only time we'll talk about the fastest path. It was intended for us to do this yesterday. We didn't because of our tech difficulties, and we weren't going to compromise Jesse and Emmett. So we're doing the fastest path quicker than what we anticipated, and it's okay because we're going to get some Q&A time for all of our VIPs. So clarity, communication. I'm about to talk about products and stages. You actually have to have products and you have to actually have eyeballs. You actually have to have products and you have to have eyeballs. Products and eyeballs. Now, I want to start by talking about products. Let me start in this bucket. Remember, these are 2 more additional pillars. Russ and Floyd and Dan today will talk about the last 2 pillars. You guys see how this is tracking? The 6 pillars matter. So I want to start with products. And I want to give you a quote that Zig Ziglar figured out late in life. Who knows Zig Ziglar? Who knows Zig Ziglar? Zig Ziglar's son said that he wrote an email and said, I don't meet a lot of people that remind me of my dad, but Pete Vargas is one of those that reminds me of my dad. Pretty profound. And I asked him what this quote meant. I've never changed someone's life with the speaking gig, but sometimes I do a speaking gig and they buy my cassettes, and if they buy my cassettes, I got a shot at changing their lives. Zig came to realize late in life, this is what his son told me, came to realize late in life that it wasn't it wasn't Zig talking or communicating that changed people's lives. That just catalyzed them wanting to go deeper with Zig. It's when Zig actually had his programs, his products and services that they bought, that's what changed their lives. Tom said Zig wanted to see what was making an impact, so he had his secretary go pull 100 random testimonials. of people who had, back in the day, for all you youngins, people wrote like testimonials on paper and sent them in, and it was pretty crazy. I'm right there in between, but I did it too to some of my mentors. And there were 99 testimonials in this and 1 testimonial in this pile. And this one said, Zig, you changed my life when I heard you speak on a stage. Guys, hear this, please. And these 99 said, Zig, you changed my life with your products, your services, your cassettes, your workshops. And Zig started to understand that although all 100 of them heard him speak, which means all 100 of them, the greatest marketing tool was his talk, Pat. It's the products and services that actually changed their lives. Because here's the thing, if all you hear today is me talk, and all you do is hear us talk this week, but you don't have us constantly in your ear, the likelihood of you going to another level is not as probable as it is if you have somebody constantly in the ear. Same goes for you. If you can provide a resource, a product, or a service to people, and you know that it's going to change their life, now all of a sudden sales doesn't become sales, it becomes service. Because Tom said Dad started to realize that he had a moral obligation to get his products and services into the hands of as many people as he could, because that was what would change his life. He knew the talk would open the door, the products would change their lives. So I want to talk to you, and I'm not going to go into depth. You might want to take a picture of this, but I want to talk to you about the 17 products and services that have generated over $1 billion for our customers. Over $1 billion for our customers. These are the 17 products and services. Now, I have speakers that are speaking on 7 or 8 of these this week. So I'm not going to get into depth on these. I picked the ones that I believe are the most useful for you to learn, and I brought a speaker to speak into the product category in detail around these. But in the start bucket, and by the way, if you're in momentum or scale, this can also be known as the grow bucket, momentum or grow, you want to try to begin to have these. Here's what I realized about Grant Cardone, and I want to try to get the view of this entire thing for just a second. Here's what I realized about Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone has all 17 of these in his portfolio. But he didn't do it all at one time. He did it one at a time. Write that down. He didn't do it all at one time. He did it one at a time. So you can do coaching. We have a speaker speaking about coaching. You can have a digital course. I'm going to share with you tomorrow in less than 10 minutes how to launch your first or next digital course. You can have a service-based business, something financial services, website services, technology services. You can have your own events. That can be your product. We have 2 or 3 people speaking on that. You can have a network marketing business. Like I have somebody that's actually talking about the power of, for some entrepreneurs, that's the way to get started. You can actually have a fundraising for your nonprofit. You can have membership sites and reoccurring sites. You can have a mastermind. I'm having somebody talk about masterminds. You can be an affiliate for somebody else's product and get paid. You can do training and consulting. My good friend Angelique Ruers is going to be talking to us about how to land consulting deals in any industry on Thursday. It's going to be a hot training. Consulting is a fast way to launch your business. You can do rev shares based on performance. You can get sponsorships. You can have physical products like Michael Hyatt does. It's one of the top revenue sources for Michael Hyatt. Physical products and coaching are Michael Hyatt's 2 top revenue sources. You can have a speaking team. If you're in the scale bucket, why are you the only one sharing the message of your company? I have 5 to 10 people in my company sharing our message out in the world. You can license your IP. Last night with our VIPs and backstages, I did a special training and showed them how I licensed my IP to Grant Cardone because it filled the void of something he wasn't teaching. You can buy a company. You can buy a company, or you can certify, have a certification program. These 17, I believe it's 7 or 8 of those where I'm bringing you speakers to go deep into one of those 7 or 8. Why 7 or 8? Because there's 7 or 8 that we constantly find our clients the majority of the time in. It's 2 or 3 in this, it's a couple in this, and it's a couple in this. So this week we will dive deep into this. But this is the decision I want you to make. Yeah, you excited about that? This is the decision you've got to make. And anybody who's been in my ecosystem knows this. I want you to have a low-ticket product, a mid-ticket product, and a high-ticket product. Because now anybody who needs what you have to offer can have the budgets to be able to do it. Low, mid, high. By the way, this is like a do-it-yourself. This is a lot of the times digital courses. This is more of a done-with-you type of service. And this is more of a done-for-you service. Do you want to know the way that you actually begin to find yourselves growing your platforms is when you actually have products and services that can begin to change people's lives? And I'm going to tell you something. How many products or services do you have that are selling today? Do you have a low ticket, mid ticket, and high ticket? I want to know. In the chat, say I'm selling a low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, or I'm selling none, or I'm selling just a low ticket today. Mid ticket, none. Mostly high ticket, all 3. Getting ready to do a low ticket. I don't want you to get ready. I want it done this week. Yes, low, mid, and high. Low, 2, all 3. So when your platform becomes powerful is when anybody with any type of budget parameter can come into your ecosystem. That's when your platform becomes powerful. So this week, I want you to make a decision of your low, your mid, and your high. And know that today, Russ Ruffino is going to talk about a high-ticket offer. It's a coaching program that he does. Angelique Ruers is going to talk about a consulting program. We have somebody talking about digital courses. We have one person talking about the power of why network marketing is powerful. And I actually believe for certain people, a lot of people, it is. Grant Cardone said building $1 million business in Pueblo, Colorado would have been easier with the network marketing company than trying to start his own company. Like, we have people talking about 8 of these different products this week because that is such an important pillar. So the third thing to the fastest path to growing your business is getting your next product done. Done. I'm going to help tomorrow. I'm going to help every single person get a digital course done in less than a week. Done. Who wants to get a digital course done in less than a week? By the way, it's your expertise, your knowledge that goes into these products. That's what it is. It's the expertise and knowledge that goes into these products. Zig Ziglar said, I've never changed someone's life from a speaking gig, but if they buy my products, I got a shot at changing their lives. It's your products that are going to change their lives, and you have a moral obligation with those products. All right, I'm going to talk about stages, and I'm going to talk about it relatively quickly today because we got a power pack lineup today still. I'm going to talk about stages. If you're clear on the problem you're solving and who you're serving, if you're clear on one great talk, if you can get launched with a product, now the only thing you need is eyeballs and revenues. Well, I believe stages are the fastest way to generate revenues. And what I want to tell you today, and I'm going to be pretty quick on this, is you can either be on other people's stages, digital or physical, or you can be on your own stages, digital or physical. There are over a dozen digital and physical stages that exist in both the physical realm and the digital realm. You do not have to be a professional speaker to be on a stage. It is a sales and marketing strategy that allows you to actually see customers move faster. And so I want to first talk about other people's stages. Let me first talk about other people's stages. Can you, in the comments section, put OPS? Put OPS in the comments section. OPS. It's like leveraging OPM, which means other people's money. Here's the power of OPSs. That's Grant Cardone. In 2019, at his big live event, he spent $20 million on his event at Miami Marlins Stadium. In 2020, he spent $9 million. He's going to be with us on Thursday to talk about how to be omnipresent. In 2021, he spent $6 million. What does that equal, everybody? In comments, on social, on YouTube, on Instagram, backstage, on Facebook. What does that equal? That's $35 million that he spent on 3 of his own events. Well, guess what? Who was the only speaker all 3 years? Anybody want to take a guess? Outside of Grant and his wife? That good-looking Mexican. That Latino was the only speaker all 3 years. PV3. How much did I spend? Nothing. How many customers did I generate in those 3 years? Thousands. Grant asked me the question, how much revenues did that create? On here, guys, 8 figures. 8 figures. That's the power of an OPS. Somebody else has built that stage. They've spent the time, the team, the money. And that's not even all of the costs that were associated with that. And what do I get? I get a fast track to growing my business. Why are they going to let you on their stage? Because you have a great talk that will serve their people. And the other thing is that maybe you can help them make some revenues as well. But for most people, it's a great talk that will serve their people. You see how all 4 of these are tying in today? And my impact, freaking countless. So take a picture of this really quickly. Here are all of the digital stages, and I want to make sure they see those, all of the digital stages that you can be on. You can be on social media lives. You can be on challenges. You can be on webinars, associations trainings, podcasts, summits, YouTube channels. You can be on online media, courses, membership sites, virtual masterminds, virtual events like this, hybrid events, Clubhouse. Like these are types of online stages that have you not have to leave your home, but you literally can build your business by just being on other people's podcasts. You can build your business by just being on another person's virtual event, by being on other people's stages. And then there's the physical stages. There's the physical stages. All of these types of physical stages that you can be on as well. These are the offline stages. This week, some of the most impactful stages, I have speakers coming to speak around. Podcasts, Facebook groups, live streams, challenges, summits. Yeah, in the bucket of stages, I'm bringing subject matter experts, the best of the best, to talk about those stages so you will make a decision to not only go be on all of those stages, but also choose to build one of your own. One of your own. Watch the power of this. One small stage of another person's stage with 100 people in the audience, our data says should generate 8 new customers for you. 8 new customers for you. How much is 8 new customers worth to all of you watching? How much is 8 new customers worth to you? Like, I want to know that. How much is 8 new customers worth to you? That's the power of another person's stage. What's my call to action on this? be on as many OPSs as you possibly can, because you don't have to be the one to build them. Somebody else has built them. And this week, the 5 most powerful OPSs, I have speakers coming in to speak to them so you understand both how to land them, but also how to build your own stage. The other type of stage is your own stage. That's the other type of stage, is your own stage. So in the same way that you can go be on these in other people's stages, you can actually go build your own stage. The pro of another person's stage is you don't have to build it or spend the time, money, and energy to build it. The con, or the pro of building your own stage, is you own it. You're not borrowing it or renting it. It's yours. But what people try to do too much of, and show me all of these, please. What people try to do too much of is they try to do too much of, can you bring them all up, guys? They try to too much of trying to build too many of their own stages at one time. You cannot, write this down. Don't try to build, you only build one of your own stages at a time. Grant Cardone on Thursday is going to talk about how he's built this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then YouTube, and then this one. Sean Cannell is going to come talk to you about how to build a YouTube channel. I have speakers coming to speak to this. Now check this out. The difference between your own stage and other people's stage, your own stage with 100 people should see you get maybe closer to 16 new customers. How much did that go up? If people are paying attention, how much did that go up, the OPS versus the own? It doubled. Thank you. On social media, it went up 100%. It doubled. So the power of building one of your own stages, a podcast, a challenge, a YouTube channel, a Facebook group, all that we have specialty speakers on this week. The power of it is that you own it, people trust you more, and they become customers. Now the pro of OPS is that you actually can get on as many as you want to get on. And this week, people are going to teach you how you get on podcasts, how you get on challenges, how you get on other people's YouTube channels, and so on and so forth. So what I'm advocating for you today, before we transition into our last 3 speakers, we're only at the halftime mark. Has today been good already? Today been good? Listen, we wanted to deliver this yesterday. This is the fastest path. This is the fastest path. Write this down. Take this to the bank. Clarity. Building a signature talk. Developing your perfect product suite. And getting on as many OPSs as you want and building one of your own stages. Could be on Instagram. Stormy Wellington's going to be talking about how to build your own stage on Instagram, but she's also going to talk about what makes her have other people come on her Instagram. I went on her Instagram last week. If anybody's here because of Stormy Wellington, write the word Stormy in the chat. Write the word Stormy in the chat. I went on Stormy's OPS and I got exposed to 2,000 people. 2,000 people. But guess what? It's not my channel. I can't go back there again tomorrow, but she can. And so the power of an OPS and an OWN, this is the fastest path to growing your business. And so what I want to do to kind of take us to the halfway mark today is I want to tell you about this man. This man is Daryl Scott. His daughter was the first girl killed at Columbine back in 1999. She died for her faith. We know that. It's documented. 1 month before she was killed, she wrote a paper called My Ethics, My Codes of Life. And she said, I have this theory that if one person will go out of their way to show compassion, that it'll start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. And she lived her life serving people around compassion. She knew what she stood for. Listen, I read all of you, Rita and Brian and Ann and Janice and all of you. I read what you stood for yesterday. And that's why I want you to build your platform. Because this man right here came to my town. My dad heard him speak when I was 23 years old. And it's the thing that prompted my dad. His message on a stage is what prompted my dad to ask for forgiveness for the abusive dad that he was growing up to me. And ask me for a second chance to do things right. And my dad told me for the first time in a long time how much he loved me because of hearing this man share his daughter's story about compassion and love and not knowing if you have tomorrow to live, so living today at the fullest. It prompted my dad to go write a letter and ask for forgiveness. And since that day, my dad has been the greatest father and the greatest grandfather on this planet. He actually got to hear me tell his story in front of 30,000 people at Miami Marlins Stadium, honoring who he is today and also talking about the struggle we had early on. Now, what do I want you to know about this? I want you to know that that's the day that I committed my life to building platforms. I didn't just help him get in every school system in the world. I helped his nonprofit grow. So while his programs were growing, his nonprofits were growing. Do you see what I'm creating this week with Platform Tour? I want your platform to grow, but I want the 6 nonprofits platforms to grow too. So this is where he was at. This is where he was at. $150,000 in 2002. And in 2003, you can see his 990, $63,157. He was going the wrong way. You can't build a platform and make the impact if you don't have the income. And he said, we stepped in there, and what we just taught you for the last hour is exactly what we did. What we just taught you over the last hour is exactly what we did. And this is what I want you to know. This is what I want you to know. Watch what happened. He went from that to that. You can clap for that. That's pretty legit. $63,000 to $6.5 million. Would you say his platform grew? Now, it doesn't grow if it's only about the money. If it's only about the income, only about the money, I don't want you here. Go back to the people who care about their egos and their selfies and their likes and all of that stuff, all egotistical driven platforms. I'm talking about a platform with a purpose that actually changes a human being's life. Because it didn't stop with the money. He went from impacting thousands of people in 2003 to millions of people in 2011. He went from a teen suicide prevented every day, and we saw school shootings prevented every month because of making a conscious decision to building his platform, and we were the ones behind his platform. This week, it's all about building your platform. This week, it's all about growing your platform. And today, Pat and I just kicked it off with 50 minutes of the 4 things that are the fastest path to starting, growing, or scaling your platform. So figure out where you have a void, and by the end of the week, make a decision is where is your void, because I don't want you to leave here and take forever. I want things to begin to happen this week, next week, the following week. So when we kick off 2022, it is the greatest year ever of your business. Ever of your business. Our BHAG, as you know, is to help 1 million entrepreneurs build their platforms and impact 1 billion people through those 7 domains on the screen. That is our BHAG. And so this week is about you, but this week is also about them. It's about the charities. I'm just going to tell you guys already. I already know Tim Tebow has a charity. I'm giving away to Tim Tebow's charity on Sunday when Tim Tebow is here with us. I gave Emmett Smith's charity $22,000 yesterday. And for all of you that made a decision, there are tens of thousands of you that aren't backstage in VIP, and you should have been, and it's too late to be backstage in VIP. You can't buy it. Because all of the profits from that are going back to charity. But here is what is most epic about this week. Before I bring on our next speaker, and Kat, we're going to play the video, the cool video at the end today, Kat. So just kind of queuing that up for you guys. Before we bring on our next speaker, who's going to talk about communication and talk about a high-ticket offer, I am so honored to say that these speakers have done this. Where am I at? These speakers have donated signature courses of theirs. I need to see a view. Signature courses. I need the screen, guys. Signature courses of theirs. The best of their best stuff. And this isn't even all of them. But if you bought all of these separately, it's $25,000. $25,000 if you went to purchase all of these separately. And they have donated their programs back to the platform tour to bundle those into a bronze, silver, and gold package. We're calling them the Platform Digital Bundle. It literally will become, I believe, your lifetime library of digital resources to help you build your platform as you leave this week. You might say it's more content than I need. It's not more content than you need for the rest of your life. And they've donated these back to us. These courses, these workshops, these master classes, they've donated it all back. And 100% of the profits go to charity. And this is the only thing that I will talk about this week at all. It's the only thing I will talk about, meaning there's no other speaker making any other offer. They're all here to serve you and serve the charities. That's what they're here to do. And so I want you today, I want to make this an absolute no-brainer for all of you out there. Look at this. I'm not going to bring the page up, but I want you to see, look at the value of those packages. Look at the value. This is $4,500 of digital courses and resources. This is $10,938. Not, I don't even love the word value. This is the price that they charge. I said, you cannot give me something that you do not sell. These are not lead magnets. These are products of theirs. And then this gold package, $25,000 of courses. And all I can tell you is I'm going to twist some of the speakers' arms that don't have things in here for the rest of the week, and you can count on me adding things to these packages for the rest of the week. And the earlier that you get in on, the more that you're going to get, because I'm not going to stop. Grant's not in here right now. Damon John's not in here right now. I'm going to figure out how to get them in here. But these are actual products. And if you go to platformtourcares.com, platformtourcares.com, you can look at the breakdown of everything that is in these three packages. I'll highlight different resources in here through the course of the rest of the week so you know what they really, really are. I'll highlight different things through the course of the week. But I just right now want to set the tone, and I want to let you know that today this kicks off, and these speakers have agreed to allow us to do this until next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the price doesn't go up. Next Wednesday, they go back to market selling these products. How many of you have ever bought a $1,000 or $2,000 digital course in your life? Anybody ever bought, if you bought a $1,000 or $2,000 digital course in your life, write it in the comments section. Just say, I have, I have, I have. Do you realize that there are over 10 courses in here that are $1,000 or more sold in the market? sold in the market, over 10. And you get this one for $497, or you can two-pay it. You get that one for $997, or you can two-pay it. And you get this one from $1997, and you can two-pay it. And here's the thing I want to highlight about these today. Anybody who gets any of these packages, you're going to get a ticket. We have our Platform Live event November 12th to the 14th. It's a virtual event. It's a 3-day event where we go deep into the 6 pillars and we actually build your strategic plan for you in 2022 of how to build your platform. It's a 3-day event. We have ticket levels. Our highest ticket levels built into one of our contributions is we're contributing a ticket, general admission, VIP, or speak off in the gold package. Speak off meaning that Pat Quinn trains you on your story and you get to share that in front of people who control other stages, meaning over 100 meeting planners come to judge our speak off, which is one of the activities that we do on November 12th to the 14th. That's one resource in all 3 packages. That's just one. The other thing that I want to do, and I'm coming to you shortly, Russ, yesterday I called Jesse. You're going to see the page be updated with this. Jesse said, Pete, I want to do a live masterclass with anybody. Pete, I want this for anybody that's going to plan their most epic 2022 in all areas of their life in 19 minutes or less. He has a planning process that he has created, and actually I have a mastermind client that's bringing him out to Napa Valley, paying him a lot of money to come train on this. And Jesse said, I'll do a virtual training for anybody in bronze, anybody in silver, anybody in gold. This is the stuff I'm going to do the rest of the week. I'm going to continue to not twist the speakers' arms that aren't in here, but ask them to contribute something, because we have a goal of building your platforms, but we also have a goal of $1 million to charity. And this does both of those. The other thing I want to give you today, this is a today only. Anybody that chooses to get any 3 levels by midnight tonight, you're going to get instant access to backstage and the recordings from this entire week. So if you're not backstage with us, you're going to get instant access to backstage and instant access to the recordings. For all of you that made a decision to be backstage and VIP, if you take any of the 3, we're going to refund your backstage. As soon as you process, it triggers us that you were a VIP, and my team will refund you, because now you're making a bigger contribution into your education and a bigger contribution back to the charities. That's it. That's it. You won't hear about anything else. Like, is that crazy? Like, is that absolutely crazy? Like, can I get some love in the chat and comments for our speakers who have donated $25,000 of their paid resources because they believe in you and they believe in the charities? This only happened in any online launch one time last year, and it was ours, which was Rise Up World. Nobody else does anything like this. 100% back to charity and the complete digital package to help you build your platform. That's wild. It's wild. I can tell you, the quicker that you take advantage of this, the more that you will see coming into the bronze, silver, and gold. So make sure you do that today. Platformtourcares.com. Platformtourcares.com. That's the only thing we'll be talking about for the next week, nothing else. And we'll just highlight some of the different resources in there so you understand. So how does it work logistically? In a few weeks, we will get you all of the details, depending on the level you buy, to get you access to everything in those levels. And you will be able to access all of those, and I'll actually do an onboarding call to walk you through that. And you have lifetime access. Lifetime access. So that's pretty dang cool. So what I want to do is I want to tell me, I want to know who's in. Like on the comments, who's like, I'm in, Pete. Like, let me know. Gold, silver, or bronze. Like, tell me. I want to know gold, silver, or bronze if you're in. I want to bring this next speaker up. Here's what I love about this next speaker. Guys, if we can get this right here. Here's what I love. This next speaker has chosen to really focus on his high ticket offer. And he's created such a simplicity to his high ticket offer. And I've been texting back and forth with him because you're not going to see him in any of the packages yet, but I've been texting back and forth with him to see if we could create something. But one of the products, I told you I have 8 speakers coming this week to talk about 8 of the different products that you can create. He's going to be talking about one of those specifically. He is an incredible guy, credible friend, great business guy. He started Clients on Demand. I'm excited because we're going into the second half with Russ Ruffino, Dan Fleischman, and Floyd Mayweather. But for the next 20 minutes, will you give your undivided attention to Mr. Russ Ruffino? Give it up for Russ. Give it up for Russ, everybody. Give it up for Russ.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Pete, thanks for that amazing intro.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So we've only got about 20 minutes together, so I'm going to dive right into this, and we're going to move pretty fast. So give me 1 second here. All right, let's rock and roll. So as you guys can see, the title of this presentation is the high ticket model. And we're going to be talking about how we built a $65 million coaching company with just one high ticket front end offer. So talking about what Pete was talking about with high ticket, that's pretty much all we do. So when I say high ticket, what does that mean? And what I mean is an offer that can sell for $3,000 minimum and more likely $5,000 to $15,000 or more on the front end. And on the back end, prices can be much, much higher. And I'm going to talk about how to do this, even if you don't have anything for sale right now, and even if you've never done this before. So can you do this? If you can solve a major life or business challenge in your work, so that's you coaches, consultants, experts, authors, speakers, all those people. If you don't have a high ticket offer in your business, I can promise you that you're leaving millions of dollars on the table right now if you don't have one. So as I go through this, I want you to think about where you can fit this in, all right? Okay, so what's the downside of this model? Just right up front, what's the downside here? Well, the downside is that it's not 100% passive, and you actually have to talk to people. You have to deeply care about whether your clients get results or not. And this can do 8 figures, which is awesome. We're well into the 8 figures now. I'm not sure if it will do 9 figures. I will let you know when we get there. Here's my company. It's called Clients on Demand. And we've done over $65 million in high ticket sales in just the past few years. Those numbers are very, very consistent like clockwork. And high ticket is all we do. So we don't have any low ticket offers. Our front end program is $10,000 and we enroll between 80 and 120 students into that program every month. And 90% of that is from ice cold traffic. We're going to talk about how to do that in just a minute. On the back of our 10K program, we have a $24,000 mastermind that's 1 year. There's about 160 clients in there. And then we have an $85,000 mastermind at the highest level. There's about 50 clients in there. And that's literally our whole business. So the whole business is all about high ticket. That is all we do. So if you want to know how to do high ticket in your business, believe me, we're the people to listen to. So let's take a step back for a second and figure out what do we want in our businesses, right? Because we've heard a lot of tactics. You guys are going to hear a lot more tactics from the other speakers coming up, some brilliant speakers coming up. But it's a good idea when you guys are getting bombarded with information to just take a step back and just take a minute and say, okay, well, what do I want? What do I want out of this business that I'm creating? Well, if you're like most people, you want 3 things. You want income, you want freedom, and you want impact. So, and you want all of this in a way that is predictable and consistent. So you want income, meaning that you can scale your business as high and as far as you want to go, whether you want to get to 20K a month or 50K a month or 100K a month or $1 million a month. You want your business to be able to do that. You also want freedom. You want the freedom to be able to live your life, to travel, to work from home, basically to work from anywhere with just a laptop and an internet connection. But you also want to be making an impact. You want to be changing the world one client at a time. And you want to be doing all 3 of those things in a way that is predictable and consistent. So if that's what you want, then there's one thing you need to know. In my opinion, high ticket offers are the fastest way to reach all 3 of those goals. And so here's what we're going to cover today as fast as we can. First of all, we're going to talk about why high ticket is awesome and why you should be doing it. We're also going to be talking about the anatomy of a high ticket offer. So what are these offers that go for $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000? What do they look like? And more importantly, how can you create one for yourself? And then we're also going to reveal our simple 4-step process to sell your high ticket offers consistently. And this is the exact process that we use. It's the exact process that our clients use. So first of all, let's talk about why high ticket is awesome and why you should be doing it. The first reason is profitability. So every month we spend about $300,000 on ads and we bring in about $1.5 to $1.7 million in revenue very consistently. And that goes against this whole idea of breaking even on the front end. So if you've heard you might have heard some people talk about how, on the front end with your front end offers, you want to be spending, let's say $500 on advertising and you want to be making $500 back. And then on the back end is where you're going to make your money, because you've broken even on the front end and now on the back end, you're going to try to turn a profit. Well, in my opinion, you should really just be profitable on the front end if you can possibly do it. And this model enables you to do that. Another reason is simplicity. Our entire company is built on one 45-minute presentation. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Speed is the next reason. This process takes people who have never heard of you from clicking on an ad to becoming a client in just 24 to 48 hours. And you also attract the most amazing clients on the planet. So if you really want to make a difference in the lives of your clients, then high ticket is the way to go. And I really quickly here put in a screenshot of our Trustpilot. You can see we've got about 363 reviews from clients. Pretty much all of them are 5 stars. So this is a model that will attract the best clients into your business, the kind of people that are going to do everything you tell them to do and are going to get an incredible result. So let's talk about why premium pricing is the key to success, in my opinion. First of all, that premium pricing reassures your clients that you are the best of the best. So if I just pulled up, like, let's say 2 random cars and they were covered and you couldn't see what they were, and I told you, hey, one of these cars sells for $5,000 and the other car sells for $200,000, you would just automatically assume that the more expensive car is better, right? So in any marketplace that you're in, if you're charging the highest price, it automatically reassures your customers that you are the best of the best. Does that make sense? It also, like I said, attracts the most committed clients, and you get to make your money in $5,000 to $10,000 chunks, which makes it much easier for you to turn a profit with paid traffic. If you're spending money on advertising, then believe me, you absolutely positively want to be charging a premium price for your work. And then finally, it immediately allows you to stand out in a crowded market by positioning you as the best of the best. So we have clients all the time that are going into some very, very crowded marketplaces, and they're able to go in these marketplaces and just do incredible because right off the bat, they are the premium solution. So let's take a step back and ask ourselves, what are your clients buying? Well, people are not buying your time. They're not buying your expertise. People are buying an outcome. That's what your clients want more than anything. So the way you can go into a very crowded market and just dominate is by talking about what your clients ultimately want, and what they're after is an outcome. So let's say you're a marriage and family therapist. People aren't buying therapy. What they're buying is a saved marriage, a fixed marriage. So your pricing, in my opinion, should be based on the value of the outcome that you deliver. It should be based on the value of the outcome that you deliver. So let's just say that is your business and you are a marriage counselor or a relationship coach or something like that, just to use one example. And you can take a marriage that isn't working and turn it around and save it. What is that worth? Well, I mean, to me, that's absolutely priceless, isn't it? So of course you can charge 5K or 8K or 10K for your work. So it's all about that outcome. What is the outcome that you provide for your clients, and what is it worth it to have that outcome? And if you're smart, your marketing, your positioning, your offers, your pricing, everything you do, it's all going to be oriented around that outcome. That is all that your prospects care about. So most people, when they're trying to market themselves, they spend all their time talking about themselves and all their time talking about how great they are. Hey, this is where I got certified, or this is the method that I use, and this is how amazing it is, blah, blah, blah. I can tell you from experience, your audience doesn't really care about any of those things. All they care about is that they're stuck here and they want to get here. And that's what you should build all of your communication around if you want to be charging 5K or 8K or 10K prizes or even more than that. So selling the outcome makes the buying decision an easy one. If I tell people, hey, come and invest $5,000 to work with me because I got certified by so-and-so, that's a hard decision. They got to figure out, well, who is this so-and-so? What is that certification like? How do I know this guy's good at what he does? But if I say, hey man, you're stuck here and you want to get here, is that something you want me to help you with? That is a much, much easier decision. Does that make sense? So you should build all of your communication and all of your pricing around the outcome that you deliver. All right, let's talk about a high ticket offer and what it is. Here's the good news. A high ticket offer can be almost anything, provided that it's designed to get the outcome for your clients. So we're not talking about information. We're just giving people some information and then saying, hey, go figure this out. What we're talking about is transformation. How you deliver that outcome is incidental as long as you deliver it. So it could be a 2 to 3 day event. It could be a virtual event like this one. It could be a done for you service. Or you could do what most of our clients do, and that's to have an 8 to 10 week online workshop. So let's talk about what you need to have to produce those amazing outcomes for your clients. We call this the triangle of transformation. The first thing you need is a start to finish strategy. So here's what I mean. Let's say that you, I don't know, help people get into the best shape of their lives, right? What you would do is you would say, okay, well, here's point A where my clients are stuck. They're out of shape. They have a lot of work to do. And I'm going to help them drop, 50, 60, 80 pounds or whatever they need to do and get into the best shape of their lives. What you would do is you would map out a step-by-step blueprint to get them from A to B. Make sense? So you want to get them from A to B. And the way that you do that is to have a start to finish strategy. So every week of your program, you give them one step along that journey. So week 1, you're going to give them step 1. Week 2, you're going to give them step 2 and so on. That's what I mean when I say a start to finish strategy. But that's not enough. You also have to give them world-class support. Now, what that means is that you're going to be coaching them and guiding them and holding their hand as they execute this strategy. You're going to be answering their questions. You're going to be giving them all the support that they need to actually get the result. And finally, you also want to give them performance and mindset coaching. So again, start to finish strategy, which is a process they can follow, world-class support, which means you're going to coach them through every piece of the solution, and performance and mindset coaching, which means you're going to shift their beliefs about who they are and about what they can do. You're also going to help them overcome fear, doubt, self-sabotage, and everything else. And those are the things that kind of always happen when you're operating outside of your comfort zone. And like I said, the easiest way to do this is an 8-week online workshop. So you take that outcome that the client is after, you divide it into 8 to 10 steps, and those are the 8 to 10 weeks of your program. What you do is you pre-record one video training module for each of those 8 weeks that covers one step, and you give them those once per week. So like I said, the first week, you give them step 1. Week 2, you give them step 2, and so on. Every week, you do 1 to 2 group Q&A calls with everybody over Zoom so everybody can get their questions answered. And those usually run, 2 hours. And you might also have a help desk where people can ask you questions during the week. And you could maybe also have a Facebook group where your members can interact with each other and support each other. Now, here's why this is cool. This takes just a few hours a week to deliver. So that gives you that freedom. You can sell this for $5,000 to $10,000 or more to ice cold traffic. So that's going to give you your income. And this structure is going to get better outcomes for your clients than literally anything else. And there's your impact. And plus, an offer like this is 100% evergreen and absolutely scalable and predictable.
Russ Ruffino, the one that trains coaches for 14 grand.
So this checks all of the boxes. All right, let's talk about ultra high ticket backend programs. Now, once you've got your 8-week program in place and you're selling it for $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000, now you can also have a backend program that's even more expensive. So most front end programs are about taking people from terrible to good. Your marriage isn't working. You guys are headed for divorce. And now things are actually going okay. But that paves the way for you now to offer a 12-month mastermind maybe that takes people from good to outstanding. So, your marriage wasn't working and now it's working, but there's a whole other level that we're going to take it to, a whole other level of passion and love and excellence and all of those things. And there is your high ticket mastermind. So for example, our 8-week program is about building and launching a high ticket offer and making consistent sales. Whereas our $24,000 mastermind is about getting to like $50,000 to $80,000 a month. And then our $85,000 mastermind is about scaling to multiple 7 figures. So my point is there's always a higher level to achieve. when you get people into a transformational program and you actually get them the result, they are going to want more. They're going to want more of you. They're going to want more of your stuff. And they're going to be willing to pay a premium price to get it because you're doing the one thing that nobody's been able to do for them, which is to actually get them an incredible result. Does that make sense, guys? All right, let's talk about the 4-step process to sell your high ticket offers consistently. We call this the clients on demand system. So this is exactly how we sell our high ticket programs. And this is how our clients have used this system to do over $1 billion in high ticket sales themselves. It's real simple. I'm going to give it to you straight. Ad, webinar, phone call, new client. Let me say it again. Ad, webinar, phone call, new client. That is as simple as it gets. There's no complicated funnels. There's no upsells. There's no downsells. There's no cross sells. None of that stuff. It's just a dead simple 4-step process that attracts clients into your business like clockwork, even at those $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 prices. So why does this work? Well, first of all, it offers the outcome. So a client with a serious problem, again, like a failing marriage, they know that a $27 ebook or $97 video course is not going to fix their problem. And if you offer them that, they're going to bail. So it actually turns off, in my opinion, your most committed clients because they know that a simple piece of information isn't going to fix their problem. They know they don't need a Band-Aid. They need like a whole hospital. But when you come and you offer them, hey, look, we've got this 8-week workshop and it's actually going to fix this problem once and for all. Now you've got their attention because you're offering them what they really want. And that's the outcome. It also works because of empathy. Now, empathy is what creates instant connection with the client and instant authority for you. And so the way that this works is that when you can describe your audience's problems better than they can, they automatically assume that you know the answer. That is the best way to create instant authority. So if I'm talking to somebody with marriage problems and I ask a question like, hey man, do you wake up 12 inches away from the love of your life, but every day you feel like there's 1,000 miles in between you and it's only getting worse? If I ask a question like that, that immediately creates that connection because that person goes, oh my God, this guy understands my problem. And when people understand that you know their problem, they're going to automatically assume that you have the answer. And finally, it works because of simplicity. The more complicated your process is, the more complicated your funnel is, the greater the potential for things to break down. By keeping it simple like this, you can identify what's not working and you can fix it rapidly. So let's go into this in detail. Here's the ad. What you want to do is you want to run ads on Facebook or YouTube that either call out your client's problem directly or tease that outcome they want. So, is your marriage not working? Great. Or do you want to have an amazing marriage? And the best way to structure this is to use what's called outcome plus curiosity hook. And that's basically how to X without Y, how to have an incredible marriage without spending even 1 second in a therapist's office, how to build an amazing business without spending a dime on advertising, how to X without Y. We test new headline formulas all the time, and that works better than anything else. It always, always, always wins. Now, the webinar. So they click your ad and then they get taken to a webinar. So basically what they do at that point is they're opting in for just a 40-minute webinar, and that webinar is fully automated. We've been running basically the same webinar for about 5 years now. So that's how infrequently you have to update it. People come and they watch the webinar, and on that webinar, your goal is not to teach people, right? I'm teaching you now because that's what we're here for, right? But on a webinar, I really wouldn't be teaching very much. What I would be doing is shifting your beliefs about what's possible while I accurately and vividly describe your day-to-day experience of the problem so that you know I have the solution. Then we would move into shifting your beliefs, what doesn't work, what does work, and how your solution is different. And then you offer them the chance to book a phone call to apply these ideas to their business and their life. Does that make sense, guys? All right, so real quick, let's talk about the next step, which is the phone call. It's a 45-minute conversation. And the way that we teach it is we use something called the IRUST system. So the I stands for intent. You go in there with the intention to serve the client to the truth, not to sell your program. So your goal on this conversation is to give the person clarity. Because once people come face to face with the reality of their situation and the reality of their problems, most of the time, they'll decide to do something about it. The next step is rapport. Then you get into rapport with the client so that they understand that you are on their side 100%. Then we get into uncover the problem. And what you're going to do here is ask specific probing questions to get to the truth of their problem. And most people bury their problems under a thick layer of like rationalizations. So your goal is to peel that stuff away to just get people to understand, hey, I got a big problem and I got to do something about it. Then the next step is to size up the client. Now, this is where you get the power because you get to decide, is this somebody that I want to work with or is it not somebody that I want to work with? And if they are somebody that you want to work with, great. Then you can make them an offer. And if not, then you don't have to. So I never want you guys to be in a position where you have to make somebody an offer and you really can't help them. So at my company, Clients on Demand, we don't even make an offer to like 20% of the people we talk to. I know there's a lot of people out there that'll say, hey, this isn't for everybody, but at Clients on Demand, we mean it. And so your moral obligation as a coach is to make sure that you're not taking any money from anybody unless you're absolutely certain that you can help them. And then finally, you sell the solution. You offer the program to the client, positioned as the fastest way to get the outcome that they're after. And you can enroll them right there on that very first call. And that's what we do. So people click on your ad, they watch your webinar, they book a phone call with you. You're on the phone with them either that afternoon or the next day. And on that first call, you're enrolling them into your programs at $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000. So using this system, guys, we earn about $2,500 to $4,000 for every call we do. 95% of our enrollments happen on the very first conversation, and 85% of our new clients have never heard of us before they clicked that first ad. So the most important thing that I want you guys to remember is the client is making the decision to solve their problem or not solve their problem. Joining your program is incidental. And also, real quick, just keep your payment plans short. We recommend only offering people 1 pay or 2 pay. Guys, that is it. That is the whole process. Ad, webinar, phone call, new client. That is our entire $65 million company. So if you want to learn more, guys, you can check us out. Go to clientsondemand.com. You can learn a lot more about what we're doing there, and let us help you take your business to the next level.
Awesome. Give it up for Russ Ruffino. Hey, listen, let me tell you what I had him do. I was like, Russ, I know you got 40-minute presentation. I need you to do it in 20. Now the cool thing is everybody can go back who got the recordings, who's already got the recordings and contributing back to charity. You're going to be able to go back and watch that. But it's baller. It is baller because it's really simple. And Russ, I know that you and I have been going back and forth, and I finally got clarity, and I'll be able to put this up on the sales page, but you actually did a training that is a training on creating your high ticket offer. I believe you sold it for $560 to a whole lot of people, and you're going to be bundling that in. Can you just talk about that for the charity aspect, but yeah, talk guys, about the product.
Yeah, this is a 3-hour workshop where I will walk you through the process of actually creating your first high ticket offer. So what's it going to be about? What is that outcome that you provide? What do the steps look like? Who do you want to work with? Who do you never want to work with again? We'll help you get clear on all of those things in this 3-hour training. So this is something that we charged a pretty good amount of money for, and people got some really incredible results from it. So I really want to walk you through that process of mapping out what a high ticket offer would look like for you. And that's what we're including in the package with Pete.
I love that. Hey guys, will y'all give some, he's going to be backstage with us. Will y'all give some love to Mr. Russ Ruffino? Give some love to Mr. Russ Ruffino. He'll be backstage for questions. Hey, backstagers, VIPs, get your questions ready because you're going to be able to ask him, Floyd, and so on. Team, if we can bring things back up here. Thank you, Russ. Thank you. Hey, I love this about Russ's business model. Russ has one of the most simple business models out of any speaker. And he put it one way. I'm going to put it a little bit of a different spin on it. Russ got really clear. He got really clear on the problem he wanted to go serve in the market and the people that he wanted to serve. He didn't get to talk too much about it, but at a mastermind that I heard him speak, he's had one talk, and he's tweaked it and he's adjusted it, but he's had one talk. And then products, he's made a decision. I know his business a little bit more, so he has a couple of products, but he has one core high ticket product. One core high ticket product. Those, that can go into something else, but one core high ticket product. And then here's what he uses as his sales and marketing strategy. I call it Sam strategy. He chooses to use ads. Now, here's the cool thing. This week, we have somebody showing you basic ABCs of how to do ads. But the nice thing is Russ is beginning to do a few other things to fill his high-ticket programs too. Some content creation, some OPSs. There's some other things he's beginning to do to also drive his products as well. But it's such a simple business model. I want to show this to you guys. Here you go. Here you go, because this is for charity. Bring my slides up, guys. So with Russ, he addressed hardcore the communication and the product bucket. And what he's going to do, and the team got this up for me, is, guys, because I know how valuable a high-ticket offer is, Jesse Itzler gave back something for our bronze level. We're going to give something to our gold level with Russ, creating your first high-ticket offer. It's a workshop that he sold. You will get access to it, and you will be able to create a high-ticket offer by the time you're done. Specifically, he focuses on anything, but he does coaching programs, and that is being bundled in to the gold. You can trust me all week long. I will put stuff in the bronze, silver, and gold. So make sure you go to platformtourcares.com, because as soon as you register for any of those packages, you will get instant access to start joining us backstage today. So if you make that decision today, you start going backstage today. If you make it tomorrow, you'll start going backstage tomorrow. But make that decision and join us backstage today. So the next guy I want to bring on, and we're going to bring him up for about 10, 12 minutes. He's my buddy, Dan Fleischman. I wouldn't know Dan. I wouldn't know the Floyds and the Emmets and a lot of people that I know if it weren't for Dan. Dan was the youngest publicly traded company on the NASDAQ ever. He spends millions of dollars a year with major influencers like the Kardashians and many more. He is an introvert, not an extrovert, yet he understands the idea of how to scale. Guys, bring my slides up. Oh, there they are. No, is this my slides? My actual slides. He understands how to scale, which has allowed him to generate significant amounts of revenues. I want you to understand the genius in this guy's mind around revenues and around relationships. And so would y'all welcome to the platform tour, who will also be with us backstage, my buddy, Mr. Dan Fleischman. Give it up for Dan, everybody.
Hey guys, how's it going? All right. Since we got a short amount of time, I want to dive right into why relationships are so important. You've heard the term about when people say the 5 people around you is, your network equals your net worth. I want to go even deeper with that. What I want to say is your network is the fast forward button to anything you want. And that's on every level of your life. That could be, hey, I can get you a restaurant reservation. Hey, I know this girl, she can help you with manufacturing your t-shirts. Hey, I know this great screen printer. Hey, I know a great chef to work at your restaurant. Hey, I know this great event you should attend. Or I know how to get you these tickets for this event. Every level of your life, whether it's for money, for access, for charity, or for fun, is all about your relationships. And so I've made my whole life focused on relationships. For the last 2 decades, I've thrown these different levels of events. I'm going to teach you how you guys can throw events on a very, very simple level without much money. Ready? Okay. Find a niche or a hobby or a passion of yours that you can throw a small industry event every 3 to 6 months. Later, you could change it to monthly if you want to, but if you do this every 3 to 6 months, you're going to, by default, have all these very interesting people on all different levels look up to you and want to refer you business and build out your network really, really fast. And you're going to create good social media content along the way to help build your social profile, which is your personal brand. So how do you do this? All right, you're going to pick an off day of the week between Monday through Thursday, not on the weekend, Monday through Thursday, to throw a small size event. Why? Well, on the weekends, people can have excuses. They're busy, they have family, they're going somewhere, they're traveling, etc. But on a Tuesday night, they can't tell you no. They're probably not busy on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. Now, so let's say you're in the real estate space, okay? You now have an excuse to network and build relationships with anybody you want in the real estate space, because you are going to reach out to invite them to your events. A couple things happen in that scenario. You reach out to the CEO of Coldwell Banker, the CEO of Century 21, the president of Remax, and then you reach out to someone that's major selling high-end homes in your area, You reach out to the lady that's got like 14 apartment complexes. You reach out to the guy that sells zillion-dollar houses. You reach out to the loan officers and the mortgage brokers. And then you also reach out to the people that own like storage units and things like that. Why? Well, by default, even if they can't attend your event, you're now on their radar. And you reached out to provide value to them. So you reach out to the storage unit guy, the lady with the zillion-dollar houses, the other guy that owns a bunch of properties, the big Coldwell banker person, the CEO over here, the president over there. You're building up your Rolodex. Everything I just said, you could do in an hour, let alone what you could do in weeks. And now they think about you. They might want to invite you to something later. They might refer you business, etc. So let's say you pick a date. Okay, it's going to be Tuesday, November 15th. Great. On that date, on that Tuesday, you start to reverse engineer what's going to happen. First thing you do, you try to get your high-level speaker. You're going to try to get that CEO, that president, the really big shot in your local town to be one of your speakers. You don't have to pay them. 99% of the people you don't have to pay because you're going to interview them up on stage. This is not going to be some ticketed event. If it was an event that you were charging for, you would have to pay them. Okay. In this scenario, you're inviting them to a free event that's industry, it's small, and they want to be around other people, and that's what you're going to use as your leverage. Again, you're building a relationship no matter what happens. Even if they say no or they can't make it, they might come to your next one. They're going to think about you, and that's what's important. And you're going to be able to follow up with them after the event by sending them videos or photos of your event to give them a bit of FOMO to come to your next event. See what's happening? You're building relationships. You haven't spent a penny. Okay. The other reason you want to do it on a Monday through Thursday is the venues that you're going to try to get are going to be free or cheap. Free venues would be a house. Someone has like a mansion that you know that's a cool friend of yours. Someone has a big car garage or a photo studio or an art gallery. Most of these type of venues want you to be there because you're going to invite real estate people and you're going to invite real estate investors and wealthy people. So they want you to bring these type of people to their venue. Art gallery, car studio, photo studio, a mansion, etc. want you to bring people there. You also may find high-end restaurants or a high-end hotel that also wants to have those type of guests there, where you tell them, look, I'm only going to have 60 people, but they're all going to be high-end clientele. Again, you haven't really spent any money. The only time you might have to spend some money is if you want to give them food and beverages, which you should. However, you can make a determination of what level you want to spend there, or have the bar not be an open bar. People can have a cash bar. So you're really just paying for some food. Outside of that, you don't need any fancy production. You're doing this as a meetup, and you're doing this for networking for them. Why did they show up? Well, it's the reason that events.com, eventbrite.com, and all these sites have hundreds and hundreds of millions of users per week. It's because people like to go to events, and now more than ever. People want to get back, right? It's interesting to learn virtually. It's very important for people to learn virtually, but ultimately and emotionally and mentally, we're excited to get back out there to live events. That's why I throw so many live events. I throw my free events with 300 to 1,000 guests every time. I've thrown 42 of those called elevator nights. I have a real estate mastermind that's quite expensive, sold out because people want to come to something that's in person. They can learn from high-level people. And I have a $100,000 mastermind that's also sold out. Same concept. Every level, people want to attend because they want to learn and they want to network. And then I throw 6 to 8 charity events per year as well. Okay, so let's get back to the example. I throw the charity events, I throw the real estate events, I throw the business events so that I can constantly be networking and building up my relationships. So you pick that Tuesday, November 15th. This is your big day. You're going to throw a real estate event. You got the president of Coldwell Banker. You got the lady that owns 16 apartment complexes. They're going to be your speakers. And you also now have an excuse to call every wealthy friend you have that likes real estate. And what's more interesting is they will start now trying to invite people to come to your event and ask you as if it's a favor, like, hey, can I bring my venture capital buddy? He wants to invest in real estate. Hey, is it okay if I bring this person? They really want to invest in real estate. They just bought an $8 million house. Is that okay? What's just happening? Well, you invited one person who invited 2 people that are really, really wealthy that all of a sudden are now going to be in your network. And then when they get to your event, you are edified because you're the one holding the microphone. You're the one interviewing that head of Coldwell Banker and the lady with 16 apartment complexes. You're the one that everybody wants to introduce to because you're the master of ceremonies. You're the host of the event. You are building relationships. You haven't spent any money. This is free. If you want to get fancy and spend $1,000 or $500 on some food, that's great. But outside of that, You do not need a big fancy production. You need to provide value, and the value is the people. The value is the information. It's not in the food. It's not in the bar. Okay? This is important. So you've got your event. You've called all the executives at all the real estate agencies. You've called all the wealthy people. You've DM'd everybody that's in the real estate game. You've messaged all these investors and fund managers and people that like to buy short sales and people that like to buy apartment buildings and high rises, everybody in between. None of that costs you any money, right? Text messages are free, DMs are free, emails are free. But in this process of emailing, texting, and DMing all these people, you've now put your name on the map. By the way, did I mention you might only be 19 years old and just got into the real estate game? See where I'm going with this? You don't have any real experience. You're leveraging the fact that you brought in big name speakers. So you don't even have to be that great of a speaker. You can just be interviewing them. It, boom, edifies you, puts you in the room with all these interesting people who now want to reach out to you. They want to network with you. They want to take photos with you. They want to make content with you. And vice versa, what's going to happen for your next event? They're going to be actively and aggressively trying to invite people because of how great an event that you threw. And the reason that you threw such a great event was the people and the information. So why do these relationships matter? Well, you threw your event on Tuesday. You had 62 people show up, all these movers and shakers. You got some photos and videos of you up on stage, interviewing the Coldwell banker, interviewing the lady with 16 apartment complexes. And then the next day, that next morning, you're going to wake up to 24 messages from those people that came, and you're going to be tagged in all these photos and videos from that event because everybody had such a great time. And they're going to be asking when your next event is. But not just those 62 people will be asking. Now, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that follow those 62 people are going to be exposed to you. Guess how much that costs you in marketing? $0.00. 62 movers and shakers in the real estate game posting about you all last night and all of today because they had such a great time at your event that was free. It might have cost you $500 in food. You see where I'm going? You now have a network of people in the real estate game, not just the 62, but far beyond that. And then in a month from now, or 2 months, or 3 months from now, when you decide to do the event again, you now have a baseline of people to invite, those 62 that enjoyed your event. Their friends, for sure, they're going to invite because they know how much value provided because you made such a great event. And more importantly, you've built your personal brand in the real estate game and you barely spent any money. I'm trying to break it down as easy as possible because I don't want friction. I want you to actually go do this because I've done this my whole life. Over and over and over, I throw events, and every single time, it's my excuse to call anybody I want. Whether I want to interview the most famous people in the world, I want to call the richest friends I have, I want to call the rich people and celebrities that I don't even know, they now have a reason to want to go to my charity events, or they want to go to my business events, or they want to go to my mastermind. By providing value, by creating all these events, they want to interact with and network with other business people, other investors, other entrepreneurs. You see where I'm going? Every single side of this, everyone is winning, and you are the centerpiece. You are the master of ceremonies. You are the reason, you are why they are getting to attend the event because you are the one hosting it. And in between there, you're cutting up small clips, small video clips, taking photos and posting that in between there for the next month and the month after that and the month after that from that previous event. And so now you've got all this content. You have this emotional favor with people where they feel like an emotional attachment to you. You have top of mind awareness because people are thinking about you, not just the people that attended, but the people that watched the people that attended. And remember, those are movers and shakers, so they probably have pretty good audiences. And now you've set yourself up. You've primed yourself for the second event. In the second event, you might decide, hey, you know what? I am going to spend $1,000 and add some nicer food. I'm going to spend $600 and I'm going to add these features to it and make a video screen or whatever you want. You can make decisions about what you want to do for your second event, third event, fourth event, etc. But I want you to think to yourself, what niche, passion, or hobby or industry do I want to throw an event on? Fitness, health, beauty, makeup, fashion, mortgages, doctors, anything that you're into. There are conventions for absolutely every industry. There are conventions for mortuaries. There are conventions for plumbers, There's a wood convention that happens in Vegas with over 40,000 attendees. Who thought people sold wood that much? I didn't know there's 40,000 plus people that would attend a convention about selling lumber, but there is, and it's in Las Vegas every single year. And why I say that is, whatever industry you're in, whatever niche you're in, whatever passion or hobby you're in, whether it's sports cars, restaurants, doctor, real estate, fitness, beauty, doesn't matter what industry you're in, throw a small event, invite people in that space, and you will do multiple things that I just said. You will create personal brand. You will create relationships, which are now important because you now have access to people on every level, from mortgage brokers, the notary, the real estate agent, the investor, the fund manager, the CEOs, all these executives, everybody up and down the real estate space. And all you did was throw a free event on a Tuesday. So I implore you, take action, build up your relationships, and build up your personal brand. Thank you, guys.
Hey, I love it. And Jeannie, I love it because you're clapping because of the simplicity of it, right? Dwayne, like any of us can do that. I know Dan's talking about real estate and CEOs and venture capitalists, but next year I'm launching a faith-based mastermind, Dan. I've never had a mastermind, and I feel called to launch a faith-based mastermind for faith-based business owners. All I have to do is make a list of a few dozen of them in Colorado Springs, host something at my house, maybe show them the recording of a Tim Tebow on Sunday who's speaking, and let them know, hey, I want to share with you some of the faith-based entrepreneurs that I had on my platform tour. They come to my house, we talk about the importance of having community, and then after that, I can begin to have conversations with them about the faith-based mastermind. You don't have to do real estate, venture capitalists. You can do this if you're trying to serve moms or dads or couples or kids or mindset or money or anything you do. He just gave you what is the easiest event model I've ever heard. And Dan, I want one more thing because you know Mr. Floyd's on deck. And one thing, we are giving to your charity, Model Citizen Fund. Tell everybody, because the profits obviously are being given to the charity. I should have figured out something for you to include in the package. I might twist your arm to see something, but yeah, there we go, twist it. But just really quickly in a minute, tell everybody about what your charity is doing, because we're going to be donating profits of this event back to your charity.
So this is the 10-year anniversary of the Model Citizen Fund. We make backpacks for the homeless with 150 emergency supply items inside. We then take those backpacks, give them to homeless shelters, teen abuse shelters, orphanages, so that people can get back on their feet.
That's incredible. Hey, Dan, could I do a master class with you, like a 60-minute to 90-minute master class with some Q&A on, like, you only talked about one of 5 ways that you actually build relationships. Could we do just a master class for anybody that's in any of the 3 packages on building relationships? We'll go deeper into this event model, but I also know that there's 4 other things that you do that you're brilliant at. Could we do that just live for anybody? Yes?
Ready.
Ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah, give it up for Dan Fleischman, everybody. Give it up for Dan. Guys, that's not planned. I know I can't twist Floyd's arm like that, but I can twist Dan's because he's a friend of mine. So anybody, and that was not planned, any of the 3 packages, platformtourcares.com, platformtourcares.com, anybody will have that masterclass training that will be live, that Dan will share 5 ways to build relationships. He just shared one of how to do it in your backyard. It was brilliant. I told the people backstage, this is so simple and so easy, and here you go. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna have 24 people at my house. I'm gonna buy them a cheap meal, Subway or something, and I'm gonna actually have a night that really nurtures their souls in a way that the mastermind will nurture their soul, and then I'll have conversations with them in the weeks ahead for that new product that I'm taking. Anybody out there watching right now can do exactly what Dan Fleischman said. So the last person I want to bring up today, and our celebrities always going last. Tomorrow, Sarah Blakely. The following day, Grant Cardone. The following day, Damon John. The following after that, many of them on Saturday. The following day, Tim Tebow. It goes on and on. But I'm so excited because as I did my research on this guy, I started to realize something. I could not believe, people asked me, like, what made you choose Floyd? I could have had anybody. and I heard Floyd speak at one of Dan's masterminds. And I was blown away because I didn't know the facts about him. I didn't know what he came from. I didn't know that he was 50-0, the only undefeated athlete in the history. We've been told that we have to lose, do we? I'm going to ask him that today. And here's the crazy thing. He built his platform. He has a team, but he made a decision to do it different than all of the other boxers were doing it. And he scaled a platform as big as anybody else. There have only been 6 to 7 professional athletes to make $100 million in 1 year. There's only been 1 professional athlete to make $200 million in a year. There's only been 1 professional athlete to make $300 million in the year. Do you know who made the $300 million? Floyd Mayweather. Do you know who made the $200 million? Floyd Mayweather. Do you know who also made 100? Floyd Mayweather. We've got some things to learn from this incredible champion, this great guy. So grateful to meet him at Dan's mastermind, and it's the reason why I'm having him here everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Backstage, Facebook, Spanish speaking, English speaking, the tens of thousands of people watching today. Give love to the champion himself, Mr. Floyd Mayweather. Give it up. Come on, folks. Light it up for the champ. Light it up for the champ. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
You doing well? I don't know if you remember me. We met at Dan's mastermind, and if you don't, it's okay, but you inspired me that day, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here, man. Dan,
Yes,
you got to hear a little bit about Dan, right? You just heard Dan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Floyd, we're talking about building a platform. I don't know many people that have built a bigger platform than you. What's the importance to you of building a platform that you would want literally millions of people being exposed to this today? Why is it important to build the platform, Floyd?
Everyone cannot be a CEO, but you got to start from somewhere. And it's all about hard work, dedication, prayers and belief in a good team. You have to believe first. That's the main thing. And what I did is I believed.
What did you believe in?
I believed in myself. You must believe in yourself before you believe in anyone. Mm. And you must take small steps first. It's all about taking small steps. Then eventually you can grow from there. And that's what I did.
Floyd, what are some of the things that are important in building a platform? So you said believe. What are a few other things that everybody out there?
Well, belief is the first thing. I mean, with anything.
Yep.
Before I became 50-0, I had to believe first. I had to believe I was going to win my first fight. So you have to believe first. You have to have a great team because nobody can do nothing by themselves. Even like you guys setting up this interview, you guys got a great team, and you believe and you worked extremely hard to get to where you at. And so that's the same thing that I did, and that's the same thing that I will continue to do. Throughout my life, believe, building generational wealth, and working extremely hard. Everybody, like I said before, is not going to be able to be a CEO, but you can be a part of a platform growing, and you can do some major things once you get to a certain point.
Mm. What made you make the decision to become your own boss and carve out the path to become the highest paid boxer of all time, one of the highest paid athletes of all time? What was it that had you make that decision?
Well, I wanted to be promoted worldwide, whereas there was a promoter that was just promoting me in a certain area, and I wanted to be promoted worldwide. I cut out the middleman, which was the promoter. And I also wanted to get paid for my talent. So that's why I made the choice of becoming my own boss.
Floyd, let me ask you a question. So I got to represent, there was a guy that changed my dad and I's life. His daughter was, I know you're a father, and
Yes.
he was the father of the first girl that was killed at Columbine back in 1999. My dad heard him speak. I came from a very abusive inner city relationship with my dad, and my dad heard him speak, and it's what actually prompted my dad to ask for forgiveness. And so I represented that man for 13 years, and I promoted him so hard and grew him so big. But this is what happened, Floyd, is when I started having to start promoting myself, like I started getting in my own way. My head got in my way. My thoughts got in my way. It was so easier to promote somebody else than to promote yourself. But something shifted in my mind, and I'm telling you, Floyd, 90% of the people watching right now have a hard time promoting the gifts and talents that they can take to this world. What would you say to those folks? Because I struggled with it.
Like I said before, a lot of people talk about they want to be involved. They want to grow. Any business you're involved with, you have to go for it. You'd rather go take a chance and fail than not try at all. So, I live in Las Vegas. I live in other places, but Las Vegas is my main residence. And life is about a gamble. Take the chance. Go out there and do it.
And what made that easy for you to promote? Because a lot of people are getting in their own way. They got something brilliant to take to the world, but they're scared.
Don't be scared. You wasn't scared when you came into this world. So don't be scared now. Go out there and do it. Believe in yourself. Work extremely hard. And you got to have the right pieces to the puzzle. I knew I couldn't do it all. So when it was somebody that was strong in a certain department, I put the best person in that department. And I knew once I put all the pieces together, we're going to get great results at the end.
Mm. You went 50-0. No one else has ever done that. To put it into perspective, Mike Tyson lost 6 fights. Floyd, I don't like losing, and I don't like my community that's watching right now losing, and we're told that we have to lose. How do you get to a point in business where what is the mentality that got you to the point of being undefeated, and how can we be undefeated?
Well, Mike Tyson is still a winner in life because, you take a guy like that who's one of the guys who paved the way for me to be where I'm at today. So I take my hat off to Mike Tyson. Whereas I said, okay, you take certain things from Mike Tyson and say, you know what, I don't want that to happen to me. So Mike Tyson has been a blessing in my life. And a lot of other fighters and a lot of other athletes have been a blessing in my life. You got to take the good with the good, you take the bad with the bad, but make sure everything is a learning experience.
But what's in your mind? What's in your mind? Like, Kimmy, let's go deep in your soul, man. I want to go deep in your soul.
How deep you
like,
want to go?
how do we lose a lot less, if not none, than win in just business? Like, how do we lose? Like, we don't want to lose, and you did it. You're the only one to do it. Like, what did you have?
Small steps, but it's not what I did inside the ring. I'm still able to live that great life on the outside the ring because of my smart investments. And I just feel like everything is not for everybody. So I don't think that, even like we're going to reveal a lot to the people and reveal a lot to the world because you want to see everybody do good and you want to see everybody be positive. But it's, like I said, everyone cannot be a CEO. But if you start small, everything starts in the home first. Slowly build, get yourself to where you want to get yourself to, and then you'll take off like a rocket.
So what keeps you motivated still today? You've made over $1 billion. Well, like, what keeps you motivated and driven today, Floyd?
Generational wealth. The ultimate goal is for the kids to take the billions and turn that into trillions. But also I want to see my team win, the people that helped me get to where I'm at today.
So generational wealth, what's that look like to you?
Well, my children, my grandchildren, I want them to always be great, always believe, and keep that positive mindset. Always look at a minor setback. You can have a minor setback, but always make a major comeback. And that's the same thing that I've always did.
When you prepare for a fight, and I want people, like when you're preparing for a fight, Like, what's your prep? What is that preparation, dude? Like, you work your tail off. You have to be one of the hardest workers in the world. So you're learning from other people how they might have lost. Like, what did they do that I can avoid? But how are you preparing for any type of fight that you face?
But it's not even the things that certain individuals do in their field. It could be some just the smallest thing on the outside, off the field or out of the ring that I learned from. So the things that I do is just, I see my dad. My dad went to prison. My mother was on drugs, but I said, you know what? I don't want that to be me. So let me learn from their mistakes, and they're not always mistakes. It's everything is a learning process. Things happen in life. I told my mother one day I was going to put her in a better situation. I prayed that she get off drugs. She did. I worked hard. My dad was in prison. I told him when he come home, I'm going to make sure I lay everything out for him, make sure that he's okay. And that's what I did. And I'm going to continue to help my family and strive for the best. And I want everybody that's watching right now, love family, love your friends, and work extremely hard.
Floyd, what do you feel like, and I think you addressed it a little bit there, but dude, you're so iconic and you've done so much good in this world. What do you think, what's the purpose that God's put Floyd Mayweather into this world? What's the purpose of Floyd Mayweather's life? Because you've overcome so much, bro. Like, you've overcome so much. I know you don't know me, but I want you to know it's inspiring how much you've overcome. And what's your purpose here on this earth?
The purpose is to give back to others, not just financially, like what we're doing now. Motivate the people. Anybody that's watching, I want to help. I want to see them win in life.
So talk about. Oh, go ahead. Keep going. My bad.
I come from a very, very rough background. You can't bring everybody with you when you're on a certain journey. And on the journey, some people gonna get halfway through the journey, and some people gonna get 75%. But the ultimate goal is for you to finish the journey.
It's incredible. What one of the ways you give back is your foundation. Tell me about your foundation. Tell the audience a little bit about your foundation. Emmett was with us yesterday, and he has I'm sure y'all are boys, and he has a incredible foundation. I know you do too.
The Floyd Mayweather Foundation, we give back to a lot of schools. We spend money, backpack, all the needs that the children, that the young generation. We're not just going to say the elementary students or the junior high or the high school. We give back to colleges. We give degrees. We help the homeless. We give back to in so many different ways. And I'm proud of it. I'm happy that I'm able to give back, that I've been truly blessed to give back, to the young people. So, and then it's not just young people that I'm giving back to the older generation, to the people that's less fortunate. So if I'm truly blessed, I don't mind blessing others.
Who are a few more questions before we go backstage? Some of our VIPs who have donated to the charities have a few questions for you backstage, but a few more questions here on the front stage to the masses of people. Who are some of your mentors, and what have they taught you? What are some of the most valuable lessons some of your coaches and mentors have taught you, Floyd?
The main two, it's really not any mentors. It's just that there's only three ways we can learn in life: hearing, seeing, and physically hands-on. And I'm able to learn all three ways. So sometimes I can see certain things and I say, that's not what I want. I can hear certain things, and if it's negative, I say, I don't want that around me. And far as in a box with boxing, or it could be real estate. Once you show me something, I can master it, hands-on. And so I don't really want to say I had a mentor, but there's been some I'm gonna say two major people in my life. My dad, as well as Al Heyman, played a major role in my life. But even like the guys that's around me are very, very smart. You know, we got Ricky Brazil. He's very smart. James McNair, he's very smart. So I mean, in Leonard Ellaby, we have a lot of key pieces to the puzzle that's around me that's very, very smart, and that help me on a daily basis.
What do you want? What do you want your legacy to be when that time comes? Because that time comes for all of us, and you've already made a big impact on this world. What's the legacy you want to leave behind? What do you want people saying about Floyd Mayweather?
The people that really knew me. I don't want the people. I'm not talking about the people that are judging me from boxing or for me being able to sell a fight. I want the people to know that I got a good heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm here to give back, and not just financially. And Floyd Mayweather is more than just money.
I experienced you like that in LA, bro. Like I really did. Like we could have had anybody here, and I had you because I experienced that. Because here's the deal, Floyd, and I want everybody to hear this. The bigger the builder platform, the more haters and noise and people from the outside world are going to be cutting them. And a lot of people allow that to take them out of the game. Whatever they're doing, if they're trying to help marriages or help families or help in their church or help with money or help in business, there's going to be haters and naysayers that have no idea who they are, but they're going to say things to them. And how did you overcome that and allow that not to take you out of the fight? What would you say to the people listening?
Well, it's more like non-believers. Haters are really non-believers, or people that's upset with themselves or jealous of your accomplishments. People in the world always want to see you get to a certain point, but they never want to see you surpass them. If you surpass them, then they hate you. So that's what, that's when we get to talk about hating. That's how I view it. It's just, I knew I was truly blessed with a talent, but if I pushed myself to the limit, listened, and kept working hard every day, I knew nothing can stop me.
And you just tune that out, or do you use it as fuel?
A lot of times I use that as a motivation. I never wanted to be the person where people say, I knew that was going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, so I said, you know what I'm going to do? When I go out and I make a ton of money, I'm going to make sure that, I put half up. You make $300 million, make sure you got to pay Uncle Sam and always put $150 million up. Always put half up. But you always got to make sure you take care of Uncle Sam first, and then you go from there.
Yeah. Hey, to everybody, because we're going to go backstage for a little bit of time, to everybody watching, last two things, Floyd. They're all trying to build a platform. They're all trying to make our world a better place. Dude, our world is hurting right now, bro. There's a lot of pain, a lot of dissension, a lot of negativity, and we need more powerful, positive folks that want to leave a legacy in this world. What would you say to everybody out there that's wanting to build a platform in some capacity in this next year? What would your wisdom be to them?
The 5 things. Let's talk about this. Number 1, belief. Number 2, when you're building a platform, of course it's going to start off with you, but you got to have a team. And when you have that team, the third thing is everybody must work extremely hard. You're going to be up late hours. So the 4th thing is going to be dedication. You got to be dedicated to whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to accomplish. And the 5th thing is you must have the will to win at whatever you want to do in life.
Floyd, I love that. I asked you this at Dan's, and we're going to go backstage. But my question to you is from billion-dollar platform builder to billion-dollar platform creator. What can I do to support you in what you're up to in the world? And I mean that, Floyd. Like, what can I do to support you? I've been talking to your boy behind the scenes. He's been amazing.
I want you to keep doing these great shows. Continue to inform the people. I want you to stay positive. And you keep building your platform, making it grow. And once it grow a little bit bigger, bring me back.
Why he's got to be bigger? I mean, I could bring you back anyways. So
yes, but still, we want to see you grow.
Yeah.
There's always room for growth. We always can get better at whatever we do. Even like in boxing, even though I'm 50 and 0, I always, when I go back and watch the fight, I critique myself and say, you know what, you could have done better.
Floyd, one of the things we're doing, and I want to do this for you before we go backstage, we are the entire week. Last year, we raised $800,000 for charities. We built the largest minority educational program for small business owners last year. We launched 150 women businesses. We provided a lot of food and things for the kids. And so a lot of our speakers, they donated back digital resources into a package because they believe in what we're doing. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to make a donation today to the Floyd Mayweather Foundation to support kids and to support the inner city. And so I would love to donate $15,000 back to the Floyd Mayweather, and this week have the Floyd Mayweather Foundation be one of the foundations that we're supporting in this endeavor. Is that cool with you?
Thank you. I want to say I appreciate it. And if you got a foundation, me, myself, I would like to donate and help your foundation in the future if it's possible.
Man, I appreciate that, Floyd. Well, I'd love to do lunch when I'm in Vegas with you, man. And
no problem.
And I'll put you on a couple of big stages if you're up for it. So
no problem.
So I'll hit you too. Hey, so stay with us. You're going to be backstage in 2 minutes with us, all right? He'll be backstage.
Let's go backstage.
Hey, guys, give it up for Floyd Mayweather. Give it up for Floyd Mayweather. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. 50-0, undefeated, billion-dollar brand, self-promoter. And I got to tell you something today. Guys, if we can just go on these last 3 slides before I go backstage, I got to tell you something today. I'll be really honest with you. One of the things I respect about Floyd so much is his conviction around what he did, what he wanted to do in this world. Go research. And don't research with the people who know him. You can go find stuff on me online too where haters and people say things, but if you get around me and you get to experience me, you know my heart. You know what I want to give back. You know what I want to contribute. There ain't nobody last year that did an event that gave all of their profits back to charity, and this year all of the profits. This isn't donations. This is our profits. But here's the thing about Floyd Mayweather that you have to understand. He decided to stop having somebody else promote him because he knew he would be his greatest promoter. And here is the thing that people think in their minds. It's so much easier for you to promote somebody. Like if I asked you about a product, let's just say a product like Uller. I sleep on this bed thing, this cooling unit. And one of my friends is like, you gotta get the Uller. It's gonna make you sleep so much better. And they're promoting. It's not even their product. But they know what their product will do, what that product will do in the world. So they promote the crud out of it because of conviction around the outcome. Not of the money, the outcome that the product will get. But as soon as it was time for Pete, he promotes Daryl Scott. Oh, you got to have this school program. It's going to change your life. It will help teen suicide, school shootings. It'll make your school safer. And I'm promoting, and I build them up to be one of the biggest programs in the world. But then I go and start promoting myself. And it's like crickets. And my wife said, do you think that you're changing people's lives? I'm like, no doubt I'm changing people's lives. So she said, start thinking about the outcome and not it being self-promotion. You know the outcome that you're going to get. And as soon as my paradigm shifted, it's not about self-promotion. It's not. I do promote my platform because I know what my platform will do in the lives of other people. Ask Grant Cardone. Ask Tony and Dean. Ask Eric Worre. Ask those folks. We've almost generated $1 billion for our clients in the last 3 years. And that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have stepped into it. A lot of you aren't stepping into it. Floyd Mayweather is a great demonstration of someone who decided to take his platform into his hands. And oh, by the way, was undefeated. And so I hope you took a lot from that. I took a lot from that. Before we go backstage today, Platform Tours cares. Guys, I need slides up. Platform Tour cares. My slides. Oh, they're up. Okay. So this is obviously Floyd. He spoke to how he scaled his platform. Today, Pat Quinn covered this and this. I covered this and this. Russ Ruffino covered this and this. And Dan Fleischman covered this and this. And Floyd Mayweather told us how to go to another level here. And so here's what I want to say to all of you today. You don't, like, every day is an event in its own. They don't build upon one another, but be here live with us. Be here live with us. We believe we're going to help you build your platform so you can control the microphone and change our world. So really quick, homework winners from yesterday, my team will reach out to you. You want a bunch of prizes, a bunch of strategy sessions. Rob Jackson, Brandy Thompson, Josella, Stacy Hughes, and Jeffrey Martin. You guys were our winners from yesterday. You were our winners from yesterday. And so I think we gave an Apple Watch away and some strategy sessions away yesterday. We'll be giving away something else today. Here is the homework assignment for every single person. I want you to go in our Facebook group and record a video and tell us your 1-minute story about who you are and what you feel called to do in this world. A 1-minute video in our Facebook group. And my team will watch all of those. And tomorrow, we will award 5 to 10 winners. And if you need to go back and hear how Pat taught you how to share your story, go back to the beginning of our day today, because Pat will share that with you. 1 minute. Who's committed to giving us their minute story in the Facebook group? Some of you are going to have to step out and be bold. For all of you watching on all of the different platforms across the world, make sure that you're registered for theplatformtour.com so you get access to our Facebook group. And the last thing, don't forget, this is the last thing, is if you make a decision today for the platformtourcares.com, you're getting access to all of this. Jesse Itzler, a billionaire, put something in this bucket. Dan Fleischman put a relationship thing in this bucket. It's not even there yet. And Russ Ruffino has something in this bucket right here. And so we've got our bronze, silver, and gold packages. The big thing that you want to do is by tonight, anybody that takes advantage will get the recordings and backstage pass for free. Make sure you go to platformtourcares.com so you can take advantage of this day 2 special. This will be here with us till next Wednesday, but 100% of the profits go back to charities like Floyd's, like Emmett's, and like all of the other ones that you've heard. And I need your help to give back $1 million, but I can guarantee you that these packages will be game changer in helping you. Tomorrow, we've got myself teaching you how to build a course in a weekend. We've got Rory Vaden, Sage Levine, John Lee Dumas, Taylor Welch, Sarah Blakely. Tomorrow, that will be talking, you can see the categories of what they're talking about. It's going to be an unbelievable day 3. I can't wait to see your homework assignments, and I can't wait to see many of you go to platformtourcares.com, platformtourcares.com. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going backstage. Backstage, backstage, backstage.